she's pawn. That's why she doesn't talk. Anyways, what cool stuff? Okay, so I had an original game plan, and I said it would be a shorter stream because... Am I going to do my intro? I love Chisa. Some people request the intro, and the intro, if I remember correctly, is like, I love my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I love my wife Chisaka Irie. I love double G's, all me. Something like that. I believe that's correct. Not mute, right? It's so over. I'm gonna gush. No. Exactly, it is Irie's birthday time. Sorry, it's very last minute for this. I couldn't even drink. Like, I tried drinking a little bit beforehand, doing the gush thing. Didn't work. And I drank soju, of course. Peach ones, because you know she likes peaches. I used to put these Irie facts in front of like some of my streams. Also, hello, Insane Drunkard. He's rocking the Oshi marks. He's got the Irie Oshi marks. If you ever want to follow an Oshi mark, that's the wolf with the military medallion. So how's the audio? Remember to always audio bully me. But yeah, I always do these streams on her birthday. I missed it my time, but her time, like if it's PST for you guys, it's still 9:12. I didn't fudge up, but yeah. So I always do these like birthday streams for my Oshi, but I never really like. I make them really long. I think my first one was like a 24-hour stream, and I called off of work both days. Is that funny? Sometimes I did actually call out for work once for her birthday streams. I'm not going to do that today. Well, tomorrow, because as it's in the description, she has a birthday stream tomorrow. And I have not classic Irie here. This is updated outfit Irie. She's like so many outfits, but not official outfits. She's like her original outfit, which is really top tier. Put it in S tier. She has her, well, it's not even an outfit really. It's kind of like an asset, but she's got like this cute little hoodie that we paid for. Although, do I really like? She kept one of the Donothon hairstyles into her new outfit. It's the one with the messy hair. So if you see the messy hair one, that's her Dono outfit. Well, yeah, it's part of her Dono outfit. So I'm glad she like worked that one into it. If you notice something about her new... Okay, what I like about her newest outfit, right? Is her... I like the tracking on the face. The face is... Her tracking got way better. And, you know, Irie herself is already very... I'm going to say Irie... exclamation point, not Irie. Is very expressive, right? So, when she does, like... the tracking really works well for her. Because you get to see her expressions a little better. And it feels very nice and all that. She is a very expressive woman. I feel like my tracking's a little better today, but I just changed the angle of my webcam, to be honest. I'm nowhere top tier like her. She is top tier. She stomps my VTubing into the ground. She's a lot better at yapping. She's very good at yapping. Isn't that right? She can't answer. Anyways. So, she's very good at yapping. She has those, I think she does the hour of yap before even doing a, like, the game. Sometimes there's no game. That's the funniest part. Sometimes there's no game. She's like, there's supposed to be a game today. It's like, she just goes on. And on and on. And it's great. I enjoy it. I do like her playing games though, because it's good to see her reactions to like games I play or games in general. She always finds the weirdest games to play, from what I've noticed. Yeah. Like her game, I don't know where she gets her games from. I don't know if it's on the list that she's given, but she finds these weird games and just plays them. And I've noticed, she delays the flavor of the month thing. Like if there's a flavor of the month, she sometimes does it like next month or like 2 weeks later, unless there's a collab, in which case she does do it immediately or whenever they ask. So it's something like that, and that's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't like flavor of the. I think the only flavor of the month game I've ever played was Oblivion, but I did want to play that. I wanted to play it, and unfortunately, it runs like garbage on my PC. So that's very lame. And she's cute. Well, that's obvious. did I need to say that? Oh my gosh. She's... hold on. I haven't done my expressions in forever. There has to be a blush one. No. If she saw me as a catboy, and saw me as a furry, it'd be over for me, bros. It'd be over for me. The cutest, exactly. Some may disagree, but in my eyes, she's the cutest. I think I already mentioned that I drink soju because of her. Not because it's a very important story to me. I've never had soju before, and I was waiting for her Discord meet and greet, and I end up matching shot. Well, not matching shots. She drank like 9 bottles, but I've never had it, and I gave a drink to her, like I you know, because she was matching shots or whatever, right? So I gave a chug to her. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is actually really sweet. Not as sweet as you. No, I'm like, I never said that. I never said that. It's not on record. I'm gonna time travel and say that. I'm gonna go back and say, this is very sweet, but not as sweet as you. No. Okay, she wasn't my Oshi back then, so it didn't make sense for me to do. Actually, I used to say this thing, right, where I was like, Pippa's my Oshi, but Irie's my wife, because we referred to VTubers that we really liked as wives or something. And I was like, yeah, I really like this silly wolf. She plays game nights and all that. I end up like saying, I end up going to her game nights a lot. Like I would go between the Pippa game nights and then the Irie game nights, and then I used to holodex both of them. And now I just exclusively watch like Irie, and if you do see me in other Phase Connect Girls chats, because I use this account for that kind of thing. My main account will always be the Irie watching only. Well, I guess Loki too, whatever. But, oh, because if I mention Loki, the reason I watch Loki often is because actually Irie recommended her. I think they went on like a break or something, and she's like, "Oh, I'm like, at least check out the JP girls," and she was like really hyping up Loki. And I saw the intro; it was actually kind of funny. So my Oshi once again is correct on something. Oh, there's these. Can I even put them on screen? But she got there's a little. I guess I could put the Twitter thing up, because her family wrote her like little cards, and there's what's like, you refresh us, Irie, or something like that. Oh, yeah, they were ESLing because most of her family speaks Korean. Besides, I think her mom speaks English, but probably not that well. I'm unsure. That's why. Exactly. That's the main reason. But I never... There's a thing I do. But when I talk to VTubers, I never use any, like, affectionate terms with them. Even though it's very, like, commonplace to do so. I only use the affectionate terms with this wolfo. But that's because I'm unwell. I'm very unwell. I'm pawn-brained. It's terminal. It's over for me. But it's okay. I got pawn-brained because of that meet and greet and then, like, a few watch-alongs, to be honest. I like, watched a lot of her... Yeah, we did, like, a lot of watch-alongs back in the day. I missed those a ton. I watched, like, Symphogear for the first time. All because this woman. Should've watched that way sooner, right? He's fumbling. Also, I am once again checking the BGM. Does that count? I immediately end stream. He didn't talk about Irie for 1 second. I think it actually is an Irie themes. It is an Irie BGM. Or is it the pom 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 one? Okay, we'll describe the history of pawn. So pawn means you're useless and you're an airhead. And that's not true. She's not useless. She is an airhead. She is an airhead though. That is true. So the first time I actually heard about her was actually through Lumi, because Lumi was like, oh, the Gen 2, one of them is going to be an airhead. And I'm like, oh. So they have a silly kind of like stupid one, right, coming up. And then I started like hearing her singing and watching her streams. I'm like, I was not expecting this chat. I was blown away by her singing. First of all, the very first time I heard her sing was in the pre-debut stuff. She sang like a 20-minute long song. I'm like, who is this woman? I didn't think much of it at the time because I'm like, I just got into FaZe a while ago. Well, I went to FaZe Discord like 2 months after I was watching. Yeah, 2 months after I was watching, like Pippa, I think mainly, and then I think Leo was my second. No, Michi. Michi was like the second one I watched, and then it was Leah. I remember the term, like the thing. So Irie wasn't exactly like. It's weird. I didn't hang around in her pre-debut chat mainly because I didn't like put 2 and 2 together. I did like her. I did like her design. I think I told Remy and Arena that like when they did the debuts. I'm like, the ones that stuck out to me were Remy and Irie. And I'm not, well, they only showed the booba. They showed the booba, but I also like the hair streak. I thought the hair streak was a really cool design. And I'm like, who's that? I kind of like the way the hair looks. It's odd. And then I heard her singing. I was wasted though. You don't know how wasted I was when I watched her debut. I was insanely wasted, and I'm like, well, I'm just waiting for like Sheena or to get on, because I'm like, I'll probably watch Sheena or Rie. I was like, Sheena or Rie, and then she started singing. I'm like, wait a second. I know, I heard that singing before. And then she did something funny. She's like, okay, so here's my schedule. Like I watched, then I was like interested enough to watch her pre-debut too. And what she did was she's like, okay, here's my schedule. And then it's all 3D Space Cadet pinball. Like, dude, you're wild. You're insane. I'll watch you. I love 3D Space Cadet pinball. That's like one of the games besides like Warcraft 3 I played at my grandma's house. So I'm like, I'll gladly watch this silly woman. I didn't even know, like, I didn't know she was Korean for the longest time. Well, you know, like, I guess Korean American, but I mean, she's mainly Korean. She like, okay, I'm gonna throw shade at the birthday girl, okay? You guys don't tell her that I told you this. Okay, so Irie's friends with the Tonya? Tonya. Yeah, the little tiger. They're both Korean. Now, Irie came to the US when she was in like elementary school, and she said the only word she knew was elephant. She had a story where she was just speaking Korean the whole time and crying because she thought everyone was trash talking her. But get ready for the shade. So Irie came here since like I guess elementary school, right? And she's still mega ESL. She's mega ESL. Meanwhile, Tonya came after college, I believe. Yeah, she spoke like English after like college in Korea, and she speaks English really well, like better than Irie. But you see, this is a strong point. I'm about to tell you that this is a strong point because her ESL is cute and I love it. She used to confuse the words. So instead of fury, she would say furry. It was like the longest time where she would just interchangeably, she would never say fury, it would just be furry. Like, what are you saying, Ivy? But yeah, she still struggles, so, like in chat sometimes I would give like the phonetic saying of what she's saying. Sometimes she says it right like the first or second time and then like doubts herself and then says something else. Like she overpronounces it. It's real, exactly, real and cute. But I didn't know the specific, like when I first watched her, I didn't know that she was Korean at first. I didn't know that was her background. But I did notice she was ESL. I'm like, okay, this woman's ESL. Kara Raid, welcome. I'm talking about my Oshi. This is just a gushing stream. You guys raided into a gushing stream. Although check out the waiting room. And I do have a post. Wish this Ponwolfo Chisaka Irie happy birthday. If you see her post, if you see my post saying to do it, do it. I'm invoking the trust mandate. Anyways, thank you for the raid though. I appreciate it a lot. Because I'm washed up, unlike my Oshi who isn't washed up. She's just growing. And I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that, chat. Although she would probably... She had that button story recently. And then there was that other button story. You know? She had like 2 of those stories about wardrobe malfunctions. You gotta stop, Irie. They can't... I was about to say some heresy there, where I was like, they'll be too big, but they're okay. According to her, there is something that is too big. She doesn't. I actually was saying that. I used to be like, there's never too big. How many? Okay, the swimsuit malfunction from like, oh what? She mentioned in a tweet there was a swimsuit one, there was a cosplay one, and the last one was, oh, the cosplay one was with the other phase girl, so she wasn't like in public and that happened. The swimsuit one, that's a common girl problem, to be honest. Because I know somebody else who had the same story where their top came off at a water park or something. It happens. But it happened to her. And the third one was recent. She was with a friend and one of her buttons got destroyed. And she tried to salvage the shirt and I think it didn't work or something. But what's funny about speaking of butt though, speaking of butts, did you see the doc? I actually do have a story related to butts when it comes to that. She always, she one time on stream, I don't know if it's archived or not. I know one guy is going through like every single Ivory VOD possible, right? And he probably could fact check this. But one time she pulled out MS Paint, because I think she was mentioning her butt, right? And she's like, okay, so, these are the butts on TV. And she draws one, right? She draws like a line. Well, not a line. She draws like a curvish booty. And then she draws like this smaller line, and she's like, that's my butt. Like, Irie, you're comparing yourself. You're comparing yourself to fakes and liars and snakes. Don't trust them. Oh, except Loki-sama. I guess you could trust Loki-sama. Oh, man. But yeah, that was one thing. And then she wanted a butt pad for some weird reason. Like, she got the booba pad one time, right? And she's like, I wish it was a butt pad. I'm like, I don't know why she said that, but she said that. She's great, but those are the 3 wardrobe malfunctions I know for sure. Also, the swimsuit one she mentioned, kinda... I replied to her on Twitter about that, because she replied to me and was mentioning her swimsuit. I'm like, Irie, I'm at work! I don't need to hear about your swimsuit right now! Irie, please! This is not the time! I'm like, Irie, please, I'm at work. I'm dealing with customers. I can't. What if they look down? Anyways. So, I had fun with that. And it is kind of odd. I don't like to talk about, like, the weird... I don't want to sound like a creepy sex pesty guy, right? When it comes to... when I talk about Irie. It's very weird, because I urine post, okay? I don't Horby post. It's different. But I urine post about this woman. It's different. Because, I don't know. Like, if she saw me just, like, oogling her art and all that, and being really weird, she'd probably think I'm creepy. I don't want that I don't want her to think that. But I also don't want her to think I'm not interested in her. So, you know, there's like there's a disconnect there. There's a fine balance. But yeah, recently, I think, I don't know, I like look at the chat a lot. I know that there's like way too much Horbiness or something. I don't know, there's a lot more than it used to be. And I just want to be there for her stream, and I use the chat a lot because I want to chat with her, because I crave pun wolf interaction. That's all I need in my life. And her as a wife. But okay, besides that, so, I picked out this outfit. Now, this one, so, going back to her outfit, she has her regular outfit, you know, the donation outfit, which is just a hoodie, I guess. I paid for that. I paid for that. I have the signed placemat as my thing. I didn't really compete in the first Dono-thon. It was just a signed Daki. But that's not what made me compete in the second Dono-thon. When I did her Dono-thon, right? And I think if you ever see a video, there was somebody who did interview me over that kind of thing about my spending when it comes to this woman. The reason I spent so much, and she might hate me for this. Okay, listen. If you're watching me right now, which I really doubt, I highly doubt, I'll hope. The reason I spent a lot was because I really wanted the voice pack. I wanted the custom voice pack so badly. I didn't care too much about the merch. Like, the merch is very cute. It's very nice to have her signature, and I gained like a appreciation for her merch. Don't X me. Oh, you mean doubt that? Nah, there's no way. All she did was pronounce my name correctly that one time I donoed. Like, Ito. How many people say Ito Tommy correctly? I don't know. Not very many. Not very many. I only donoed because my one. Sometimes they like to shadow ban my main, so I just talk on my VTuber account as my backup. Plus, I used to hide this account from her. Like, I interact a little bit more with her than I used to. That's because I felt more confident in the model rather than being like a PNG. I can only approach my my Oshi when I have a proper model. And this isn't even a proper model, to be honest. But it is me. It is representative of me, and that's all that matters. The tie is very Irie inspired. Okay, so the first, you know, because my character was a woman at some point, and I'll tell you, Irie was a very big inspiration for that. I didn't want to rip off like her completely, so I added my own like flavor to it, right? But it was inspired like the tie, the office kind of attire. It's more based off of her like actual job. So I went with like the office attire and all that. But I like this one. And it's just progression of that. That's why I still have the red tie. That's why it's a red tie. I don't know about the coat though. The coat is just something I found, but I'm like, I want a coat. I had a thing though. I used to dono the. Okay, so for some weird reason, she likes to take off on her first model. She likes to take off her coat and hat, and I used to donate stuff like put on that. Irie, put your hat back on. Irie, where's the coat? I used to demand that kind of stuff, and then she would roll with it and just put on her hat or put on her coat. Imagine donating to tell your Oshi to put on her clothes. That's me. Because I like those aspects about her. That's why I'm a little worried about the recent fan art, because a lot of the fan art has her without her coats on her new model. And the problem with that is I really like the coats, especially the blue one. I like the blue one with like the side pony. Oh, that's so good. Or the blue coat with her like, oh, the blue coat with her freaking new shortcut. She has like a bob, and she looks like such a brat. She looks like the brattiest woman imaginable. Without being like without being like a lolly type character, she looks so bratty. I'm like, that's so fitting. This is fitting because you're like a huge troll. That's the thing. I've noticed that like Koreans are very trolly. They like to mess with people. And if you ever see her interactions and collabs, I'm sure a lot of people know like a big boost to Irie in viewership, you know, because I've been watching for a long time. But the big boost to viewership is mainly whenever she's trolling Pippa. Yeah, Irie has a bob cut in her new one. She has multiple hairstyles. There's a side pony, the twin tails like listed over there. She could change them out. She has her Donothon hair, which is the messy one. So there's like a messy long hair. And yeah, the side pony, and I'm trying to... Was there any more? I don't think there was any more than that. If I'm wrong, feel free to end me on the spot, chat. But that's like her hairstyles. You just have to watch her like new outfit. There's a new outfit debut. Well, yeah, new outfit debut stream. I might as well pull that up. I'm gonna pull it up. It's the glow up stream. Oh no, those are Irie thighs. I was grabbing it for a thumbnail, and now I see her thighs. gosh. Uh, should be that one. I'll see if it works. Yep. Redirects properly. That's the link for her outfit reveal. So you can see the multiple outfits that she has. And they're all S tier. I have trouble deciding. I like the red jacket too. But she could take the red jacket. She could take the jacket off. And she has like a bodysuit or something. Yeah. She has like a stocking bodysuit, and then she could take that off too. I haven't seen her with the bodysuit back on. Even though I kind of like the bodysuit, to be honest. Oh man. Her outfit's kind of lewd in a way, but it's not as top-heavy lewd. It's definitely bottom-heavy lewd. I guess she has underpoopa now. That's a new thing. But yeah, like I said, my favorite thing about the model is her tracking. If you look at her old model, like her old outfit compared to her new outfit, her new outfit's tracking is just so good. It like follows her face just like perfectly. She looks extra bouncy and cute. I don't know how she does it. But anything to improve her medium, because she is a very, like I said earlier, she's very expressive, you know? And I enjoy that aspect about her. She even says she's very expressive IRL too. Someone called her, I believe, a real life anime girl before. Cute. Aww. So I know a lot about like her. I know about her. Well, to be fair, you get a little bit of a glimpse into her, like, you know, outside of VTubing if you just talk to her often enough. She likes to tell certain things and keeps other things, you know, under wraps. That's what she does, which is fair. You know, she is an open book, but you know she has to be smart about it and not be a leakery. Oh yeah, okay, for the longest time I used to tease her about one thing. There's a thing like, okay, I had a ritual, right, that I used to type in her chat all the time, which is, it would sometimes bait her, and I would go, Irie, you can't read, you have no aim, and you have no tongue. And do what she did? She got a tongue finally. Once again, it was a dono thing, so that second dono-thon, I actually did pay for the tongue. Got her tongue. So, I remember, I did show up for her first birthday stream. Because somebody mentioned, they're like, hey, I saw your dono. They were looking through the first one, and they're like, oh, I saw your dono. I'm like, yeah, I only gave them like a certain amount, because I'm like, she's not my Oshi at the time. Assigned Daki's really cool and all, but I'm not going to pay $5,000 to beat, I believe the top donator at the time was Seti or something. Yeah, Seti was like a huge Irie fan. And then in the second time, I'm like, oh, all I have to do is beat 5K or something. Nah, I was wrong. I did do it though. I did it, but there were people donating higher. Way higher. Wow. There's also another thing about Irie, right? If you look at the statistics for the company, she doesn't have that many subscribers even compared to like her own gen. Like I think Sheena's leading. And I don't know about viewership, but she definitely gets like the most in donations. Only 5K, yeah. Only 5K, bro. I only had to be 5K. I was leading for a while, and I was teased about. I worried that she worried. No, after that though, she got really worried about like my finances. Like there's one time I donated too much during Hag Garden. I'm like, oh, my YouTube's capped out. And she replies to me. She's like, save money for food. It's like, okay. Okay, please. Okay, there's something that's... I like this about her a lot. She rolls with the punches. She goes with bits a lot, I've noticed. She will fulfill... I worry sometimes. Because I worried about my own attitude when it comes to her streams. Because sometimes, like... She goes for some... Like, people goad her into things by donating her. And I realized, I'm like... Yeah, I've done the worst. I was just being a big baby about that kind of thing. But she's really good at rolling with the bits. You know, she bought that towel, first of all. And the one I remember, right, is she's playing this VN. By the way, she should play more VNs. VNs are just the... Okay, VNs are just like a natural way for her to tangent and yap without progressing the story. It's so great. She should play more VNs. Just... like, she does the little voices, but not only does she do the voices, and the voices are very cute, but not only does she do the cute voices, she would go on, like, a tangent about something, and then talk for like an hour or something. Because she would tangent, and then tangent, and then tangent, and it's great. And then she's like, chat, where was I? Guys, what was I originally talking about? This happens very often, and then I feel like, oh, you were talking about this. It's so funny. She just tangents and tangents, and that's why, like, Sakato's like, he's like, I don't like her, I don't like you, you remind me of a friend who just tangents all the time. So, I found that, I like her tangenting, though. It's very... I guess it's natural, but she goes on, like, she'll hang on, like, a certain word or a baiting thing. Sometimes it does suck when she gets, like, too derailed. Like, there is a certain derailment, but the derailments I don't like. Oh my gosh, he's not gushing about his Oshi. End stream now, he's not gushing, he's talking about flaws. Do you know what I'm talking about, flaws, guys? Because when you love a woman, you talk about their flaws. Sometimes she commits a bit too much, like... okay, I can say this. I will say that I don't like when she doesn't yap. People like her yapping, right? But then she'll, like, hang up and, like, be stubborn about, like, a certain thing, and then she will be silent the entire time. Some people like it, and I just don't like those bits, to be honest. But like I said, I don't mind bringing up flaws, because it's all part of a gushing. Because then all I do is say... It highlights the fact that I like her yapping a lot. You know? It's fine when she's being silent, though. Like, am I going to talk about my other channel? I'm going to talk about my other channel. I did a very my most popular edit, right? Yeah, the mute bit. I don't like the mute bit. But, that's why, if you want the mute bit, that's why I like when she's playing video games. And she's really focused, because she does something better than the mute bit, and that's, she has like these natural reactions to games. Like, she does the lean, like if she's playing a first-person shooter, she leans. I know, like her character's leaning, she leans. It's so cute. It's so cute. I can't deal with it. Like, how are you doing that? And then. So, my most popular thing, she's playing Half-Life, and she's sniping with the crossbow, and she goes like this. Hold on. Can I even wink? Yeah, she does like this, and then aims the crossbow while she winks and shoots the guy, and then she's like... She unwinks, but she has her eyes closed. She had her eye closed IRL to snipe this guy in the game. Like, who does that? You're a major cutie. What's wrong with you? How are you so perfect? I don't want to hear about this. But yeah, it's one of my most popular things, and she doesn't yap too much in that one. And it's very good because her expressiveness is also when it comes to a VTuber, right? Especially when it's me who sometimes I see VTubers as just the character. Sometimes I see like, you know, with Irie, I like a mix of both her VTuber like art, you know, her fake kayfabe, and her actual like self, right? Because it bleeds into it. You know, she talks about her shitty job or whatever, and she has a balance of that kind of thing, right? Alright, let's talk about another flaw real quick, because I've gushed and I've like almost like my voice got really high for a second talking about how cute she was. Um, let's talk about another flaw. She's a V-tweeter now. Oh no! No, she has a stream up, but she does have her V-tweeter arcs. Although what I do miss for the V-tweeting stuff was the Twitter Spaces. I miss those. I miss those a lot. I know she still does the horror. Like, oh, she's a beach tweeter. Oh, it's over. I'll cope. She actually is streaming despite the neck injuries. She's like, I'll stream even if I die. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. I sent her, cause we did oh no wait. We wait till she gets that, then I'll talk about it. But I did do a funny bit photo where I showed I held out a to-do list and I wrote commit. If Irie doesn't get better, it says number 1 commit, and then I wrote down a Sudoku puzzle. And it is a solvable Sudoku puzzle, so I wonder if she's gonna like try to solve it. That'd be funny. I wrote that it's probably solvable. And before you say, who actually plays Sudoku? She does. She plays Sudoku. She's when she did play like a few horror games of puzzles, she always does the puzzles really well. Despite her being, you know, like, okay, this is why you can't put airheaded along with low IQ. There's a huge difference. Like, she'll make mistakes and all that, but is she low IQ? No, because when she plays games with puzzles, she solves them like super quickly. I don't know why. And puzzle solving is more of an IQ thing than like just making mistakes once in a while. Even the smartest of us make mistakes. But she's very smart in the book smart kind of way. Everything else she's kind of she's a little ignorant of, I guess. But another thing is the reason that she doesn't know a lot of internet things, and that's because she's on a different side of the internet. What's surprising to me is that she wasn't the Tumblr girl type. If she was, that would make sense, to be honest. If like she did discover that, I bet you she would be the Tumblr girl type. Do you know how much? Oh, that I don't want to think about that. That's hard to think about. Like, imagine if she did like Homestuck cosplay. You know, the gray marker everywhere. Oh no. But to those who don't know, she is also a cosplayer. She does her own sewing and all that. I guessed one of her cosplays that she didn't wear once, like didn't wear publicly before. I'm like, oh. She's like, can you guess some of my cosplays? And I go, a Tago from Azure Lane. She's like, yeah, I have that one. Like, you don't understand. I'm like, that's so cute. I definitely did name my Tago Irie when I married a Tago in Azure Lane. Nope. No, no. I didn't. Hold on. There has to be one. Hold on. Fudge. Is it? What's my other emotes, chat? Do I even remember how to do my emotes? Oh, there's the blushy. We'll keep the blushy on. And it's not because of drinking this time. Oh, that's my glasses. No, nobody. Look at me going through all my stuff. Uh, I definitely didn't. Chat, I definitely didn't name a ship after my Oshi that I married in the game. No. 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 I didn't do that. I did that. I confess, bros. I had to. You don't understand. I immediately thought it. I thought it. I had to do it. I'm like, that's why I like her race queen stuff, to be honest, because I have that skin, and I'm like, oh, I love her race queen stuff. Especially the art she committed. She wasn't always into Skeb, by the way. She like discovered Skeb through other people skebbing, and she learned about it, and then she became obsessed. So before her slime obsession, because she's obsessed with these slimes, which I have a few. I have a coconut one right here. Yeah. Is it still good? Ew. I should have played with this more, chat. So I play with slimes because she does. But I need to... I don't know how to resurrect them, unfortunately, like she does. But that thing is mega... It's dead. It used to be goopier. But she got me into slimes. I tried the Skeb thing, and the best I could do was, like, commission artists that I knew personally. Because Skeb's a bit of a gotcha. That's probably why she likes it so much. She likes it because it's a gotcha. That's so cute. That's adorable when you think about it. Because she's obsessed with gotcha games. And then so her many obsessions, gotcha games. Skeb, and then it went to slime because her little cousin showed her. Yeah, gotchas are always fun. She plays a lot of them, and a lot of them are otome gotchas. She plays like a lot of. Okay, guys. Okay, she's not watching, right? She's not watching. Is the coast clear? She was gushing about otome guys on her main account, like her VTuber account. And I screenshotted it. I screenshotted her, like, her gushing. She's like, oh, it's a video with all my favorite guys. All that. She's like she's doing, like, crying emotes and all that. And then she immediately deletes it. And she's like, you guys didn't see that. That was supposed to be for my personal account. I'm like... That's adorable. And I'm like, why don't you just gush more? It's so cute. I've even clipped the... Oh, fudge. I should have submitted that time when she was gushing about, like, otome guy. She's like, wait, otome guy. It's cute. She plays like the little dating novels, but for women. It's so cute. Although, yeah, she's so cute. She just wants to be treated like a little lady, like a princess. Isn't that kind of degrading? But I mean, like I kind of get the vibe. She does deserve to be taken care of once in a while. I think so, at least. That's my personal opinion. I'd princess carry her. She never objected to that. That was on a deleted VOD. That was on a deleted VOD. But no, I feel like I always kind of have to stream on her birthday. And I have a specific reason. Doesn't want to be carried, though. What do you mean? She's like, carry me in Gun Evo. And I'm like, yeah. Doesn't want to be. No, there is a deleted VOD when I was talking about that. And she referred to something else. Like, she was like, yeah, but then, like, I don't know, she, like, deflected real quick. kind of funny. I don't know the exact quote. Maybe I'll DM you later about it. There is a thing about it. She didn't deny it. Just like she didn't deny the 11 marriage proposals. And then she did this thing where I'm like, I sent 10 marriage proposals, please accept. And she's like, you didn't send one to Aiki yet. I'm like, she got me there. I got wrecked. Now, I'll tell you about a time I got wrecked her pretty bad. Right? Because she didn't believe anybody was this insane. But I'm insane, right? She's playing a visual novel, right? And that's why I went on a tangent about visual novels, so I remember that tangent. She was playing a visual novel. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Cheese, for the glasses. Yeah. I like my glasses. Hello, Cheese, what's up? I'm just gushing here. So there was a... Maybe you might know about this. If you're the Cheese, I know. I immediately think of what the Irie heads when I hear the name Cheese. Hold on, I will look at your profile pic. No, it's not you. Never mind. You share a name with an Irie head. It's kind of funny. But what I was saying was, she was playing Scramble. I just call it Scramble because I can't remember it's like Shiba something Scramble. And during the middle of it, she was doing this baby talking thing, right? She's just talking like a baby for like certain bits, like her gen mates made her talk like a baby. And she does it really well, which is surprising because she's like, please refer to other people. Yumi Nikki, yeah. She hasn't played that game yet. Maybe she should get on Yumi Nikki. I want that. She should play Yumi Nikki. You gave me a good idea. Yeah. You have a cousin that's a fan of this Pawn Wolf here. She's like Irie. If you're just coming in, that's her name. And I have a link to her waiting room in case you want to see her birthday. She's a very cute VTuber, and that's mainly what I'm talking about. I don't know how good this is for, like, new fans, like this stream where I'm just gushing about my Oshi. But it is a challenge that I've just taken an entire stream to gush about Chisaka Irie. And, she was talking about playing, like, the RPG Maker, well, not RPG Maker games. She used to watch, like, RPG Maker games being played. So back to the visual novel thing that I keep getting derailed on. If you're one of my Oshi's viewers, yeah, welcome. Like, I get new viewers sometimes. I love when people check me out. But like I said, this is a bad intro stream. This is a bad intro stream, but enjoy. Waifu. This is my wife, bro. I'm only kidding. I separate when I refer to Irie as like my wife. I separate that from like waifus. I will always talk about waifus, but I'm like, I only have a singular Oshi, and I only have a singular woman I'm interested in. Yeah, I'm kind of crazy. I'm actually a gachi. Full rundown. I'm a gachi koi. That's just who I am. I suffer every day. What do you got? I'm not going to do that much for Halloween. I'm just going to hand out candy. If only, bros. I think my Oshi really likes Halloween because she gets to cosplay. Technically. Do you think? Okay, okay. This is complete theory. I don't know if she actually does it. I wonder if she takes her like little cousin trick or treating. That's very cute if she does. She should go with like a candy basket just for herself and like get the candy basket. It's not hard. Nah, you don't understand the depth. But yeah, she's very cute. But it is hard in a way. You probably don't know because it's a calm down situation now. But I've seen many a fallen Gachi Koi in her fandom. This is why I say I'm the last one. I end up saying I'm the last one because of former drama in the community. And there's a reason why they call my side the schizo side, chat. Chat. That can't be true, chat. I don't look schizo. I don't look schizo. I'm just pawn-brained. I'm getting so derailed. I was on the original story and I'm like, oh, then I bounce off a chat to see what she's doing for Halloween and all that. She's so cute. Oh man, that's what I default to. But I'll keep the schizo up because this is I am going in deep. I'm imagining us our wedding and then our family. And our 3 children. Shout out those schizo chat. Oh, you love. I can't talk about him today. I can only talk about my Oshi today. I will not stop the gushing. But if this was any other day, I would talk about what you just said. My Oshi's not schizo, but she tolerates me, and that's all that matters. She hates me, but she tolerates me. Based. Based as always. So, I was talking about how she did the baby voice, right? And people wanted her to do the baby voice. Like, chat was like, do the baby voice. And she's like, I'd only do the baby voice if I got $500. She's like, $500? Bro, it's no baby voice. And what I did was, I already proposed. No, bro, you can't be the priest. My manager's son is the, he already has that covered. She talks to you as well. Yeah, in my head. She talks to me in my head. Well, I did go to every meet and greet that she had. So far. Unless there was any call-ins I missed, I went to every meet and greet. And talked to her. And I would just yap at her, and she would yap back at me. And then afterwards, we both forget that the time's up. It's very weird. We're both like really bad at keeping track of like time when it comes to that, right? And then I'd be like, time's up, and then I'm like, no. How damn bad is bro? Very, 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 very down bad. It's terrible. Don't be like B. Be like, there is another woman in my league. Be like, see the fish in the sea, don't see the singular fish. Because my life is suffering. Don't mention dementia! Don't mention that! Oh no, he's gonna bring it up. I know Drunkard's gonna mention the dementia tier. Okay. I will first give this one story. Then I will move to dementia tier, okay? You might not know what I'm talking about, Cheese. But I will go and I will talk about the, Wait. Cheese does have a Mirai Nikki profile pic. I'm losing it. Yeah, Drunkard's a regular in chat. Not just for me, but also for Irie. That's why he has the... If you look at his name, he has her Oshi marks. Unfortunately, I have my own Oshi marks as a VTuber that I have to rep. Because that's... I just didn't do the Oshi mark thing unless I'm on my VTuber account. But yeah. He's a regular in chat. He's regular for me as well. I have a few regulars. But not as much as my Oshi. Well, obviously, because she gets like... She's a 4 view. I remember when she was like a 2 view. Yeah, I don't believe it. Bro, you came into a schizo VTuber's chat and he's like, I'm putting like the clipboard. I'm like, he's one of my Oshi's regulars. He has the same name. Holy kid. I'm only messing, okay? I'm not that schizo. My Oshi doesn't think I'm schizo. Only her fans do. So that's a good thing. So the baby thing, she's like, okay, $500. I'll do the baby voice, right? Yes. That's all I'm saying for that. Yes. I don't care. You can't justify that. So I put down the okay. So people were donating like, you know, $5, whatever, and they're like, this is the contribution fund to the only 70. Shut up. My wife, I wish we could. Don't worry, bro. Well, dude, just create a tulpa. Then she is real. I would never create an Irie tulpa because she is real technically. I don't need to create an Irie tulpa. I already like. Would I sometimes when I'm really tired, okay, I'm gonna admit something really weird. Oh, a tulpa's like like you don't actually do it, you induce like a certain schizophrenia into yourself. I think most people go into like a dark room and they picture who they want to picture and their personality and all that. And they do this for hours or even days. And then what they do is they will they'll do schizophrenia and actually see like that character come to life. No, Tulpa is specifically about like tricking you into believing something is like real and can communicate with you. But you did help me bring up something about my Oshi, right? So I'll have to check that out because I'm not too familiar with Buddhism currently. My Oshi's not a Buddhist. There is something. She's a good Christian girl, okay? I actually know that much because she taught. She's like, I know. She was looking at this Zoomer There was a Zoomer Bible, and it started with chapter 1, and she goes, chapter 1? No, the first one's called Genesis. I know, because I've read the Bible several times. Like, I read. Yeah, exactly. She's like, I've read the Bible several times. It starts with Genesis. I don't know what specific type of Christian she is, but she's probably if she's Korean Christian, they believe in Buff Jesus. Buff Jesus is really cool. If you see the image of Buff Jesus, right? Just type in Korean Jesus and you'll see this ripped guy on a cross. And I'm like, that's what Koreans believe, that Jesus was ripped. Which actually makes sense. He was a carpenter. Exactly. No, it's real. She's not just an anime girl. Well, I was talking more about her, I was talking more about her actual self rather than like her, I was talking about her, okay, there's an easy way to say this. I can't believe I haven't used this like terminology in a long time. Her roommate is Christian. Yeah. But the anime girl, she doesn't have any like Christian-based content. She just it's like something offhandedly mentioned, and she's referring to like roommate stuff. Yeah, Jesus was jacked and had that. Koreans believe it, and they're correct. They're the correct religion. You have to now. You have to go 안녕하세요, and you have to greet everybody like that. I think that's the best 안녕하세요 I've ever done, to be honest. I speak very. My Korean's lacking, chat. I could say message. Oh my god, he said message in Korean. a lot of Korean words. Okay, so the reason I even got into like speaking Korean, right? The reason. Oh, okay, in another dimension, you could have. A manager song. Okay, the reason I said earlier that I'm like I don't need a priest. I got manager son because manager son is also a minister, and I'm like if I do marry this woman, you gotta do the wedding. You gotta do it. I got my homie as like best man or something. Bro, how do I go into a gushing through and talking about like my marriage plans, bro? Your marriage. I put stuff into consideration, and that's bro, drunkard, please don't hate me. I'm bringing up like marriage plans on the side. Wait, I just realized why she hates me. Why does she hate you? Since it's about Irie, we could go on. We could talk about why she hates you. Is manager son also no. He was supposed to be, but he wasn't. He just kind of you can kind of see him on one of my videos for the creepypasta reading video. Shows up. There's only one other person who VTubes in my like sphere, and then I mod for like one of my other friends. My nickname on this. I thought she. Oh, because I mentioned. Okay, I get it. That's actually a smart and clever thing. So it's not drunk. So for drunkard, right? He goes by XV. I think it's like XV Devil or something on Discord. So he's like Devil in his name, and that's why she hates you. Do you want me to mute that part? Now people are going. No, they have to find the at. The at's different. So we're good. Only understand some of the schizo guys rambling. I need a mod right now. Where's Dead back so he could mod my chat and give in? Oh, wait, I've never talked to my mods that. Well, no, I do talk to Dead back actually. But that's I don't have an actual. Wait, hold on. I'll get him. I'll get my actual mod. No, just call him drunkard. That's just who he is. Hold on, I gotta get somebody. Sorry if I'm silent for a bit. Okay, I added him. He should be good to go. Oh, now that you mentioned tea, right? There's Irie tea. I want Irie tea. That's before she had coffee. So, you know, she's also a coffee saleswoman. Before she got coffee, there's tea. I was asking, you know, I know Gen 1 has coffee, but like Irie, can you get Irie tea? I want Irie tea so bad. And she's like, yeah, tea sounds like a good idea. I like matcha. My Oshi likes matcha too, so I just like matcha. And I'm not doing that just to follow her. I've had matcha for a long time, and she's like, I like matcha. I'm like, so do I. Oh my gosh, match made in heaven. Both like matcha tea. Does it even count as tea? Yeah, I think it does. It's grass. I believe there is an anime like that, and I believe she watched it at some point. Tea, yeah, we need tea. Where's the tea? Dude, I'm never... I oh yeah, I think I've seen that one. Oh, shut up! I know who you are. This Irie person. She's like a VTuber, new debut. Yeah, new debut. New debut biscuits. Totally. I know you've never heard of her. So I'll have to give the full rundown again. Uh, he's lying to you. That's crazy. Gotta support the dude. Dude, I watched her when she was a 2-view. She used to be a 2-view. Now she's like a 4-view. And now the marriage proposal gets further and further away because of the amount of viewership. Oh man. Can't get groomed like I used to. It's so over. Yeah. Yep, cheese and biscuits. By Oshi likes she. Oh yeah, there you are. There you are, my head mod. My glorious head mod. He said happy birthday to her today. Wow, bot infused already. Tough time. Mean, harsh. He hates me. The Jaeger. He also likes his Oshi a lot. There's a lot of top Oshi likers here. And I appreciate you all. But I doing this whole gush stream about this woman that I keep tangenting off of, right? I keep tangenting off of her. It's so over. Okay, you're a robot too. My Oshi's not a robot, unfortunately. Speaking of robots, she's been playing Nikkei recently. I've been asking her for years. Years. Will you play Nikkei? Will you play Butt Game? She finally did it, and she cried at the story. She likes the story because it's angsty. And I like the fact that she likes an angsty story, to be honest. She likes the she's a fanfic writer. I want to read her fanfic. I want to read her fanfics. Man. You have an Oshi IRL. Wow. Am I still doing that? Sadly, not as much. I want to get back into it, but I'm balancing like Uma and then like Nikkei. Sadly. Yeah. You can get better. You can get better. I believe in you. But I don't want to get better. I'll never get better. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm locked in. Locked in, chat. I'm locked in. I told you the marriage plan already. I have a best man. I have I already know the minister. All we need is a place. I believe. This is why I'm keeping the schizo eyes on. But nah. I'm not playing very sure to make, yeah, exactly, to make gachas, not enough time. I will not get better. I love my Oshi. Too much. You don't understand. She likes me like this. She says I'm not even she told me I didn't go far enough yet. And that means I just have to go farther. You see, my schizoness is only oh. What's my favorite game of all time? I play Morrowind a lot. I like Morrowind. Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. That's one of my favorite games. Man, I can't actually tangent off of that. I try to like turn all you guys talking into like things about my Oshi in order to like make the gush happen. I should have ended the stream ages ago, because I would have failed the challenge. Castlevania. Yeah, Castlevania is pretty good too. I haven't played too much of them yet, but I do like the Metroidvania games. My Oshi has not played. I don't think she's played a Metroidvania yet. She should. She should play Castlevania. Rotundo of Blood for the awesome OST. Right down the list. I love Fire Emblem. She's oh, you remind. Thank you, Biscuits. Shout out to Biscuits in chat. Mwah. Kisses. Because, what I gave. Okay, I was on the Discord back when she was actually a 2-view, right? And I was just talking with her, and I was drinking a little bit. I was drinking a little bit, and I was like, I pulled out my copy of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Yeah, Radiant Dawn. My copy that I got on Christmas one time. It's worth like $200, and they didn't make a lot of copies. I'm like, I want to give this to you. I kind of drunkenly that I'm like, I want to give this to you. How do I send it to you? It's a very important game to me, and I want you to have it. And she's like, yeah, you can find out, like, try to contact a mod or something. I'm like, pod? Oh no. Let's just say I got nowhere with the mods. Nowhere at all. So, this poor woman, right? This poor woman waits till I get to, like, Off-Kai. And I didn't just give her, I put everything into a nice bag. I got her a bunch of merchandise of her husbando at the time, which was Chill Day. I got her Chill Day merch. I got her a makeup kit. Yeah, I asked, my mother's a makeup artist, and I'm like, can you put together a makeup kit to give to this woman? And I'm like, mod gatekeepers. Exactly! You're right, Cheese. I should do that. I get that. You don't understand how many DMs I get, like, all the time about the exact phrase. So I bought her a makeup kit. Well, didn't buy it. Like I said, my mother made it, and she got stuff for free. So I ended up, like, making sure that she helped me with the gift. And then I got her the Fire Emblem, my Radiant Dawn copy that she wanted, because I said it was very important to me, right? That's technically all I said. I don't even know if she was interested in the series. I was just like, because she never played it on stream. I don't think she plans to play it on stream. She recently actually started playing Fire Emblem on stream, but it wasn't Radiant Dawn. Like, hold on. JK's getting asked questions. Should have given me. No. Nah, I wouldn't give you the game. You don't understand. I was like, it's very important. I wouldn't give it to anybody else, right? Oh, and I gave her a memory card. She mentioned she was lacking on PS2 memory cards. She couldn't find her, so I actually gave her my only memory card for my PS2. Oh my gosh. Fire Emblem 10 Radiant Dawn. If you look at the copies, some of them range to like 60 to like 200 or something. And yeah, it was for the Wii, so I gave her that. And when I finally gave it to her, because I put it in the gift bag, she's like, well, took you long enough, but you finally got it. This woman was like, took you long enough, but you finally got it. She has no patience. No patience at all. Based. He's got this. I believe in my chat. They also have this. But yeah, it's very funny because she's like, took you long enough. I'm like, okay. Should have been faster. You're lazy. That never beats. Oh, some of you know actually what I gave her as a second gift. You biscuits, you know specifically. If you want to rap me out, you do it in chat, and then my bandage. No, okay. I don't mind, but JK there has actually seen my second gift diary. I don't talk about that one. Within reason. It's kind of embarrassing. And, if I talk about, I guess you don't really care about Irie. No, no, bro. I eventually give her stuff. Alright, take care, Cheese. Thank you for popping in. I enjoyed anybody who stops in and just chats a little bit. It's all good. Sometimes you just want to forget that you know. I don't forget. I'll never forget. Get some Iris. Bro, that's wild! That's mega wild! He's farting words! He's farting words! I'm dying, bro! You can't just hit me with that! You can't leave and hit me with Iris! Who's that? He's so real, exactly based. Guys, should I mod that? Should I mod that man? Who hits who with IUC? What a farting bird! He's worse than MC! He's worse than MC! Do you want? Just for that? Just for that, guess what? Add as mod. Standard mod. You're now a mod. Okay, just don't abuse anybody in chat. The only person that could have, the only mod that can, your job is just ban bots. If you see bots, ruin them. But anybody else, if I see you, I'll take away your powers. I mod a lot of people. A lot of my mods are just lazy mods. Alright, take care, new mod Cheese. Hit me with the IUC. Get that IUC and then leaves. I know I had to mod that man. Anyways. There's only one person that could abuse their modding power. I won't mention her because it's not Irie. And mentioning other women in the like when you're mentioning a woman and you're talking with a woman, you never mention another woman. You know? Get her butt. Bro. Don't tell me you're gonna leave with that too. I like her tail a lot though. You mentioned the tail. Her tail's got a ribbon around it now. It's like she has a belt wrapped around it. Bro, she's looking more like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, okay, you know how like Yami Yugi has all those belts attached to her? Exactly, other women aren't real in my hyper-fixated world. So, you know how, yeah, fluffy tail, pet the tail. I remember one time I just popped in the chat, I'm like, can I pet the tail? And she's like, okay. Very nice of her. And now she's all tsundere about her tail. Now no, tail service. Tail service. I love tail service. Anyways, I gotta thank my other mod for stopping in, the head mod, a little later. But, what's funny is, I was gonna say she looks kind of like, with the amount of belts she has on now, she kind of looks like Yami Yugi. She's got that, like, leather belt thing. Or a Final Fantasy. She's a Final Fantasy character. It all makes sense. She plays Final Fantasy 14 online. Guys, I figured it out. I pieced it all together. This is not a schizo ramble. She plays Final Fantasy 14, right? You guys all know that, right? She's a Final Fantasy 14 player. She has as many belts as a Final Fantasy 14, well, a Final Fantasy character. It finally makes sense. It clicked in my head. I didn't think about it till now. See, this is why gushing streams are good. You start to notice things about your Oshi that, like, you don't notice before. And what I noticed is, like, she's kind of like a Final Fantasy character in a way. It's cute. I love it. I love it. I'm writing that down. I'm writing that down. Just got the Final Fantasy vibes going on. But it all makes sense that I'm acting very schizo, because I'm the only like public person that's ever purchased her dementia tier, which is the $500 a month. I got nothing for it, by the way. It's a meme tier, okay, guys? I thought everyone noticed that. You gotta catch up. No, no. Who mentioned the Final Fantasy thing until now? I didn't see it. Unless it's somebody else. But I didn't think about it until now. Please understand that I am also dense. Bruh. Don't grab me. I'm very dense. Okay? I'm only it just clicked. But listen, she has moments like this too, where she's like, she doesn't realize something goes over her head, and then it clicks, and then she's like, oh my gosh, I just realized I'm having those moments too right now. It clicks in my head, I'm like, ah, yeah. Was on all the chats. Maybe I did notice, I forgot, and is it the drink? Am I under the influence? Tommy Ito arrested while, harassing some woman he was talking about, while drunk. Streaming under the influence. Write that down. Oh, bros. But yeah, I went over the dementia tier talk, and that's not the first time I got her good. Fake fan. Bro, I don't freaking talk to you guys a lot with that kind of thing. Like, I don't like, I've been visiting the Discord a lot less. Not that Discord. The main PCD. I stop in there, like, Insane Drunkard could tell that I've been, like, away a little bit. And I come back once in a while. It just happens. But he's calling me fake fan. He's just trolling me the whole time. I thought you didn't even know who Irie was like 2 seconds ago. Your kayfabe destroyed. But another thing was the baby talk story. I asked the mod at the time, Mannequin. I'm like, do you have a link to her donation page? Yeah, I believe that. We're talking about we're talking about Irie. Oh man. But what I was saying was, so I talked to the mod, and he gave me the link to the donation page, because I couldn't put $500. Okay, I already spent money on donos, so I couldn't, you know, they have like a $500 limit on YouTube. I know this because I have gone over the limit several times for Irie. That's about it. What I did was I put $500 in. I'm like, this is for the baby talk. And the stream kept continuing. She did mahjong afterwards, and right before she was going to end the nice mahjong session I had, because I also joined in those games, and she had the mahjong, and she had a good session and all that, and I joined in a few games. Probably like one, because it's like really hard to get into her matches. But also, she's a mahjong champion. Oh my gosh. I recently played mahjong. I was terrible at it, but that was IRL. I was feeling sick, but who cares? But what happened was she was about to end the stream, and then her eyes like widen, right? Her eyes get all wide, and she's like, wait a second. and she goes to the talkie screen, and she goes, "Is this for what I think it is?" And she's like, "Okay, someone donated $500. I wrote my name, by the way. It wasn't anonymous." And I go, she's like, "Thank you, someone, for the $500. And I'm like, you could say my name. I don't care." And she's like, "Oh, thank you, blah, 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 my name at the time, for the $500. And then she did the baby talk for like a solid minute. It was so cute, and I clipped it. I made it one of my very first clips on my secret channel. I made it on my secret channel, the clip of, and it was like my first real clip that I posted on somewhere, and it was cute, and I really enjoyed that one time. And she's like, "No, you gotta talk to Remy," and then she's like, "Nini." She was talking, she was doing the baby talk, and she does it so well. I don't know why she does it so well, but she does. It was adorable, and she was talking about how we should buy Faye's coffee in a baby voice. And she felt so cringe after that. I'm just like, ha! That's what you get for doubting my power to make you do a bit. But I'm glad she committed to the bit. That's really what I enjoyed, the fact that she committed to the bit. Because if she didn't commit to the bit, I would have been like, "Oh, it's okay, whatever." I love this woman, so I'm like, okay, it's whatever. Give her the belt. What do you mean? Oh yeah, no. Bro. You guys are wild in chat right now. You guys are absolutely wild. But no, sorry, Biscuits. I don't know if you'll top that. Bro, I still can't get over that. Who ends like that? Man. So, another thing I liked was, oh yeah, I went so long without talking about her singing. By the way, I like over on the holidays when I go to visit my parents, right? So Irie used to have like karaoke during the lucky. She always has karaoke during like holidays, like Thanksgiving or Christmas. Nah, exactly. We can't. Nobody could top that. It's so over. So, so what's funny is she does karaoke sometimes on like Thanksgiving and all that. And I did. My parents have like that one of those Roku or whatever, where you could just slap your you could just go to the TV or whatever. And so I used that. I just put Irie up, right? And my parents watch streamers like very often. It's weird how often they like watch streams. So this is why I have a story related to my mom, because I texted her before. I'm like, "Oh, I'm at work. I can't watch Irie's stream. Can you watch on my behalf, right? Not as me, but like, can you watch her just to show support while I can?" And she's like, "Okay." And then she opened the stream, and she said she was laughing because she was yelling at her mods or something, and she thought that was very funny. She's like, "She's very cute." Who is your parents' Oshi? Okay, I will briefly answer this, even though, okay, they think Irie's very cute, okay? And my father said, during her, like, what do you call it? During her karaoke, they go, "Oh wow," like, he's like, "Wow, she has a lot of endurance, like, because the streamer he watches sings for like an hour or something, or like 30 minutes, and then like stops. And does so many songs in a row. So he was like very impressed by that. But I don't know if my father has an Oshi. I don't know what kind of VTubers he watches. I know my mother likes Sheena. I after watching Irie, I put on the Sheena stream because I think it was rated into, and my mother was like, she was laughing at she was laughing at Sheena's stream, and then Sheena was asking about married couples at the time, and my mom was like giggling because she's like, I'm watching you, and I'm married, and I can talk about that kind of thing. What I really want to do is one time, like I said, I want to find a time where I can bring my father on stream to learn mahjong, and then he could be Tommy Ito for you guys. I'll have him visit, because sometimes they visit and they my Irie shrine. They actually added to my Irie shrine. They went to my room because they got some things, and they added these like little starlights all over, and they put it on the shrine. I thought that was cute. Oh man. I mean, this is still kind of Irie topic, but my mother's like, hey, did you know? She's like, did you know that like Koreans have the okay? So there's this tradition when you're dating, right? To if it's like it's auspicious, right? You're supposed to mix the food or something, and like this is how you tell that you want to marry this woman, right? But she's like, don't do it while it's raining. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you bringing this up? And she's like, did you know that like it's very important for the mom in a Korean wedding? And I'm like, Mom, please, Mom. But she's right. She knows what's on my mind. She's just like, yeah, well, you talk about her a lot, so that's kind of on you. Yeah, no, they saw the docky. They see all the merch and all that. I think they helped me pick out like a pillow for that, and they're like, well, because they watch streamers and they watch VTubers sometimes, and they understand that it's not like, it's not like I'm flirting over like a completely made up person. They know that there's like people behind. Well, they know that I do this. They know I do this, so they're like, well, yeah, there's a real person, because they're like, oh, my son's a VTuber. That's what my dad says to his coworker. He's like, my son VTubes. And they're like, he's like, can I get a link to your channel? I'm like, can they support? Can I send Irie's link instead? So, like, they should support her, not me. Oh no. They should support her, not me. I'm not that kind of person. Oh, fudge, I did the Irie thing. There's a certain cute thing she does. Besides, she does lip smacking. Besides that, sometimes she repeats, certain phases. Like, she'll say, like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Or, like I just said, like, a little while ago, where I just repeated the same exact thing I said. She does that, too. But there's a lot of Irie lore I'm, like, trying to go over. Because, like I said, there was one point where I didn't know she was Korean. I didn't know the specifics. All I knew was that she was ESL, because this goes back to the ESL thing, right? With, like, the Fury and Furry and all the other stuff. I noticed her accent. The very first thing I noticed was an accent. And I'm like, Wait. She sounds like a Valley girl. She sounds like an ESL Valley girl. And the funniest part when I noticed this, because I noticed it for a while, I'm like, how am I not pissed off right now? I'm like, how am I not mad? I'm like, usually ESL is tolerable, it depends on like who's doing it, right? But like, I don't like the Valley girl accent at all. But when she was talking, I'm like, wait, I really like this accent. I'm like, why do I like the way she talks so much? And I couldn't understand it. It's like everything that I usually find annoying about other people, she just like completely obliterates that for me and turns my whole perspective upside down. And I have no clue why, chat. I have no clue. I have a very low tolerance for like anything I don't like. Like, I won't verbally express it unless I'm very comfortable with somebody. If I'm very comfortable with somebody, I'll be like annoyed, like, yeah, stop eating with your mouth closed. I don't like eating near people or something like that, right? Like, I don't like hearing other people eat. I even said this to my parents. I'm like, I'm gonna eat away from you guys because I don't like the way you eat. And but yeah, so if I have pet peeves, usually it like bothers me a ton. This woman activates all my pet peeves, but I feel nothing. I do not feel peeved. In fact, I feel it's enduring. I feel very it's very endearing to me for that. And I can't understand it. I think my brain is like fried. This woman's my weakness. This birthday girl. By the way, it actually is past her birthday now. He failed at the birthday stream. Well, I started EST time, so it's gonna look bad on my end, but it won't look. Ari, it looks good on your end, right? It looks good on your end, right? We're good. But no, her birthday came to a close, but she's doing her birthday stream tomorrow. And then there's discussion whether she has autism or not. And when there was that test, when that test came up, I'm like, she's going to score yes. She's going to score yes for autism. And I knew why. I guessed it because she had very addictive habits that I had. Well, not the same, but she has like these certain like quirks to her. Like not only like the denseness and the airheadedness, right? But like she gets really obsessed with like whatever she gets in. Like the slime thing was like a major tell, because it's a very important thing for people who are like kind of autistic to have like that kind of stimming going on. I enjoy it too. Like I said, I tried to pull out my slime and all that, but my stimming is more about like Zins. But you guys exposed me as a fake cell in the autism test stream, so yeah. I'm not. I act extremely like that. I think it's because I used to be, and I grew out of it. But she's very autistic in a way, but it's autistic I find very endearing. And she shouldn't be ashamed by that kind of thing, even though her family made fun of her for it. She's like, I'm autistic, and then they're like, Lamau. Okay, the real tell chat was she's a coder, to be honest. She's a coder. That's like the ultimate like tell. Like, yeah, you code for a living. So I think that's it. That's done deal. I feel the kind of way she does feel at cons. She says she has a low social battery. As in that also could be like a thing that she has, because she's like, when she's in doing collabs, right? If you guys notice her collabs, she starts off like talking like this, I like barely audible and all that, and then she'll like get really loud and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and start talking over. But if you notice, if she goes on long enough, she like completely dies out. It depends on how engaging the collab is, but you'll notice at a certain point she peters out. It's very obvious in the mega. Yeah, she's a program. She's like a coder for her job. She has to fill in those things. I think it's a bunch of financial work, because she mentions finances. Well, she used to do this thing. Her mods yelled at her because she's like, you guys should invest in stocks, and you should do this. And remember, I joked with her. She didn't get the meme. She didn't get the meme because she corrected my meme. I'm like, oh yeah, stocks. I know. Buy high, sell low. And then she goes, no, 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 no. You should buy low and sell high. I'm like, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. She doesn't know about buying high, selling low. Bro, they duped it on me. Ari doesn't know about the duping it. It's so sad. But yeah, she is like a like a coder. Exactly. she she doesn't know a lot of like popular movies at all. Like, I don't think she's ever seen The Matrix. I don't think she said, well, she's saying on record she hasn't seen Titanic. She hasn't seen a lot of movies. And I don't know why. Probably because she just... Okay. I'm gonna tell you one of the major thing about... Right, to all you anime watchers watching. You owe this woman a lot. Do you know why? She's a legit hero. We are talking about a hero. In real time. She's in the inside trading chat. I'm believing. Yeah. I can't believe she like listens to us talk on an alt. Wow. Stalking us. Bro. But she was told several times. They're like, Ira, you can't give financial advice on stream. And she's like, okay. This is not financial advice. But yeah, we're talking about a hero, a legend, right? For any anime watcher. Remember when on YouTube they used to have like, you know, like say Lucky Star, part 1 out of 3, part 2 out of, part 2 out of 3 was always missing for some weird reason. And then she had like, okay. Do you know who was doing the anime torrenting? She was one of the uploaders for that. She would divide them into the 3-part, like the episodes into 3 parts, and then upload it onto YouTube. Like back in the day. What a fucking legend, bro. What a hero. I bow to you, Punk Wolf. How are you so good at doing what you do? She was in our lives all along. We just didn't notice, bros. We just didn't notice. She was there when we were looking up anime and we wanted to see Death Note or Lucky Star or Code Geass, and it was there. What a based woman. And this is why I got married in our universe. But yeah, that was like a big info lore dump. But she said it on stream, so it's okay. She was talking to Luby about it. The Miyazaki of YouTube. Exactly. Man. But that was really cool for her to do that. I think maybe at one point I did watch her things, but I wouldn't have known. Unless I saw the channel name. And it goes through the very few names in my head. Or is it anything related to like her current Irie persona? But I doubt it. The Irie persona was created like afterwards, right? And they had to pick out the name, and the name had to look cute. That's she has a story about how her how the kanji in her name had to look cute, and they had to revise it several times. She actually, I think she would have stuff related to like if there was an old account, right? It would probably be related to like idol related things, because her name is from Suzuki Airi. The reason she chose Airi as a name is because of Suzuki Airi, the idol, the J-pop idol, which she calls Suzuki Airi a line hog, as in there was like, you know, that's a girl group thing, and she ended up hogging like 70% of the lines or something. Wow. I don't know why she's like, oh, yeah, I want to call myself after Suzuki. I guess she really likes Suzuki Airi, and that's why. But that's how she. See, I should have dumped that lore with like at the very intro. I'm like, my Oshi over here took the name Airi because she likes Suzuki Airi. I'm sure that's not new info to current people. I guess you guys should all know that. Should. If not, you know it now. So that's very cool. So like a lot of her interests live on in like her persona. Like she's a cute idol, bros. She is. She's a cute idol. She's my idol. She's my favorite idol. Don't tell Irie she's my favorite. Wait. She already knows that I know that she's my favorite idol ever. I really like her singing. I will tell this same story. Okay, I was at ANYC, and I was talking to a VTuber, and it was Milky. I was talking to Milky, and my friend told me to... This is still about Irie gushing. I haven't broken anything, right? I was saying that my friend stereotyped me because Milky has, you know, she's a cowgirl and she has huge booba. And I'm like, my friend's stereotyping me, but she noticed, well, I showed my Irish Milky-chan from Milky Ways. I think that's what she does, like, you know, the mommy ASMR type stuff. Yeah, I was talking to her. And I introduced myself completely as a new person. I didn't even pretend like I knew who they were. Because I didn't till that day, because I was like, well, I'm a completely new person to you. And she noticed my... Well, I showed her my Irie shirt. Because I have the made Irie shirt. And I showed it to her. I'm like, this is my Oshi. She's got Irie. Did you ever hear of her? And she goes, yeah. I know, she had a new outfit recently. I'm like, yeah, that's the one. She got the new outfit. And I was... Oh. I'm sorry to hear about that, to be honest. But, to be fair, I feel like that's some... You don't understand. I endured a lot. And you came at a good time, because now everybody's a lot more chill in that community. I already had a weird community, but if we're talking about flaws, it's just because like she didn't really have like she's indecisive. I'll tell you that much. I don't blame VTubers if a community does something that they themselves wouldn't condone, because they're just well, maybe they're just indecisive women that don't want to take like a huge stance. That's kind of rude to say, but like, it's kind of like you're trying to balance, you know, you're trying to balance your community, and sometimes like that is kind of like it's hard to take a stance, because if you defend somebody, it looks like it's favoritism or something, right? So you have to balance that kind of thing. So it's very difficult, and I would never blame a talent. Like, this is why I separate the community from, like, my Oshi. My Oshi is only judged on... Are we back? How much did I, hold on. How much did I miss? Yeah. Oh, I didn't see that message till now. I'll probably have to. I wonder if chat pro. Oh, yeah. Woman moments are inherent. Yeah, yeah. I really. If you don't, it's hard to take a strong. We're back. Uh, am I gone again? No, I'm good again. We back. So, I think I got cut off while I was saying it. What I was saying was, it's hard to take a stance, especially if like somebody's being bullied. Because either you step in and you say don't bully that person, right? Or if it's like, you know, through DMs, or if it's through like if it's publicly like humiliating the person, I guess the, you know, the VTuber would step in and say like don't bother that person as much or something like that. But the problem is it kind of looks like no, I got disconnected on my end, don't worry. But it is hard because they it looks like favoritism, right? And especially in like I would say Milky's community, where it's like kind of like kind of GFE-ish, right? It's a very hard balance. It's a hard balance of like, you know, because like if it's GFE, it's like, oh my gosh, these you know, everybody's like, oh, this is totally a girl I'm interested in and all that, right? And delivering a thing. So if you do too much favoritism, then it's like it throws people off, especially if you look at that. I don't know. I may be making assumptions. I may be talking too much. But usually the people in my own community are chill. I don't even have a community. This is why I don't have a Discord. Nah, I haven't gotten that up yet. But if I do see like petty BS in it, you're done. You're done. But I'm going to stop talking about myself because that's stupid, and I should. Yeah, like I said, for my own Oshi, it could have been that way. But I'm a very patient person. I will say, I did have major issues with her community specifically. And I said major, like right now it's in a good spot. It's in a good spot right now. But it's more like how I was positioned in it. It was very awkward for me. It wouldn't be awkward for like anybody else joining there. Like I think Drunkard would fit in with like the old crowd and all that. And I did too for a while. Until I was backstabbed. Do you know why I was backstabbed? You guys want to know why? Well, I don't know why I got backstabbed, but do you know how I was backstabbed? Because this is related to the Irie gushing. I DM'd a friend, and what I used to talk about was gushing about Irie. Yeah. It's okay. I will say this about VTubers. When I first watched VTubers, it was Kizuna, right? Kizuna I. And when I watch Kizuna I, I'm like, wow, they have AI. They have like AI women as VTubers as YouTubers. That's pretty cool. I thought they were like programs, and then I like started watching clips. I'm like, oh, these are real women. Never mind. These are real women. I didn't know that. I was thrown off. But it's a very new concept when I first heard about it. Anyways, I would never have pictured, like, I was a major Clippa watcher, so I would never expect myself to be so in tune and so, like, you know, wanting to watch all the lives possible. wanting to be there for my Oshi. I never expected that to like be a thing. I used to be like, oh, funny woman. And then maybe I'd stop in for like a little bit and check out his stream. But I never expected to be like so into it. And this woman here inspired me to be this. Now look at me. Now look how weird I am. It's all because of her, to be honest. I would have... Well, okay, there's two inspirations. I will break the rule temporarily because I was unfair. I always put two people into my... Okay, I can talk about him because I'm going to talk about how he helped me actually, like, ending up Oshing this woman, right? Because he's going to be relevant to a story I'll bring up. So, if you ever look at the special thanks, the people who I especially thank Irie, I especially thank Broline, and that's because Broline pushed me into it. Irie inspired me into doing like, my kind of like my VTuber persona. She kind of like did that, and like I looked at the streaming thing. I looked at my Oshi, and I looked at my friend who said I should be streaming, and I did both. I don't even know if I'm like, I don't know. People say I'm a good streamer. I don't think that. Who gasses me up like that? The delusions in my head. That's who. But I'm mentioning Broline because he actually is a very major reason of why I ended up Oshi and Irie. That first Discord meet and greet that I mentioned earlier. The reasoning I got into that was because he actually added me at the time, and he's like, yeah, I do tend to yap, but it's a lot easier on stream than like if I'm talking with people, because then I'd have to worry about like, oh, this person has to talk, and then I don't want to interrupt that. It's a thing. I'm not as good as Irie though. That's a yap goddess. Although I was called Yap God a few times, but it's not a good comparison, you know. As I always get worried about like Irie does Zatsu so naturally, and the thing is, I worry. I don't like. I wonder if she's like super reactive to chat. Like if we switched viewerships for a bit, I would want to know how I deal with like multiple people talking. I'd probably do what she kind of does when there's like a lot of people in chat, where I would be like, I'd probably pick out like read through like as much as I can, or like I'll pick out something and rather if it says something wild, I'll probably read it out loud. And then if I just see something go through, like a question or something, I'll just answer it. You know? Without reading it out loud. So I kind of want her to have my kind of experience where there's like a lower frequency of chat. I know she kind of had that, but she still had like dedicated chatters, right? Like she didn't start with like how Origin started. She started at least like 2 to 3 view. Yeah, she started as like a 2 to 3 view, like high 2s. Although on debut she was a 3 view, to be honest. Imagine that, 3 views. Okay. I can imagine that actually. I got to 4 views before. I have no clue why. I'll never understand. But chat frequency was terrible. I don't even care. Like I still write into YouTube. I'm like, is this botted or something? I don't know what the heck's going on. But those worried me. But besides that, yeah, I would just like to see how she would handle how I like my frequency of chat, because I want to see if I think she can do it, but she's very reactive to chat. As in, like, she usually bounces off of what chat says. And me, I kind of just talk, and if I see chat doing something, I will, like, pop you guys in, and I will say, reply to you guys. I don't like comparing myself to her like that. She's way more experienced than me. Unironically. Like, even if she did have past experience in streaming, right? Which, no, like, I don't know. She definitely wouldn't have any, like, past experience in VTubing. Right? I'm unsure. I'm unsure because the only other streaming thing she talked about was probably, like, wanting to be a cosplay streamer. But that was, like, a backup plan for if she was, if she didn't become a VTuber, she would have been a cosplay streamer. And then I wouldn't have found her, and then I'd be upset. But then again, if I did find her, because you know the red string of fate does exist, and it would have pulled me towards her, and then like we just see roommate Irie in her cosplays all day. Were we robbed? Maybe. Maybe. But she's cute. She plays the character well, and I'll notice I also will say things. She likes to like do the bits with her models, like her model, and she likes her like assets thing. I also think it's kind of a TISM thing because like my TISM levels go up when I'm VTubing. Like I did notice it when I was PNG tubing, but like when I actually VTube, I like to be a lot more like active with my model. It just feels nice. And I like looking at my like VTuber self, and it makes me happy in a weird way. So I can understand if she has like TISM based on her own model. It's just nice to see. I don't know if she feels that way. I talk in chat if you want to correct her right now. Okay. She doesn't watch me. It's okay. But I do have a reason why oh yeah, I was going on a story about why I Oshi her. Yeah, it was definitely because of first Discord meet and greet. And Broline, going by a different name at the time, told me that he had a spot for her meet and greet. And he's like, I'm not actually going to meet her. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, I never had a meet and greet with FaZe Girl before, right? I was waiting to see if Pippa would have a meet and greet. And he told me this specifically. He said, you should meet this VTuber. You watch her. You go to her game nights and you pop into her chat to say how much you like her game nights, right? So you should talk to her. And I go, well, I haven't talked to Pippa by Oshi yet, so I don't know. And he goes, nah, you should. And by the way, I'll save the spot because I'm not going to talk to her. So if I don't come, then you can take my spot. It'd be me. I'm like, okay. Okay. But I was able to, like, on his encouragement, I was actually able to get a slot for it. So I did make it in. And there was a cutoff. There was a major cutoff for that. I've so far, like, guaranteed every meet and greet opportunity. That's kind of why I spend so much on, like, the rainbow badges. Just in case Irie's in the gotcha, like, meet and greet ticket thing. I get, like, first dibs. And I need that to keep an edge up. I will spend extra money just to talk to this woman for, like, 2 minutes. Please. Please understand. But yeah. There was a major cutoff, but I was able to get to it before the cutoffs. And even though I was reluctant to kind of do it, she was like, oh, she only put like 5 people, like 10 or like 20 people to meet at first. I would have been cut off. And she extended to 40, and I was also cut off. And then for some weird reason, she extended it to 80. And finally, I was like 57 or something. So I finally was able to be in the thing. I'm like, that is like some. I was just so lucky. And she was. I don't know what she wanted to do. She wanted to either talk to less people because of how nervous she was, or she didn't expect a lot of people to actually talk to her or want to talk to her. Oh, okay, yeah, she was nervous. That's one of them. She was very nervous about meeting people, so she wanted a smaller number of people to talk to. Because she can't handle meet and greets, and she was like, "What?" But the reason why it was, uh, meet and greets are created. Oh yeah. Oh, you went to. Oh yeah, I definitely know you met Eber. I only talked to Pippa like once, and she called me a coomer for liking Irish. She's like, oh, you. She's like, oh, so you left because I didn't have. She's like, oh, so you became Iris fan because you like her assets more. That's not the case. That's not the case. You don't understand why I like her more. Like, she's great. She's amazing to me. She just gels with me. I used to find it weird when like people switched off of Pippa to somebody else. And then I was like, hey wait. I'm like, hey wait, it's actually a good thing. Because I found my Oshi, but I'm like, I'm so thankful to Pippa that I found my Oshi. She's right though. She's not right. How am I a Coomer, bro? Because I like Irie. It's not the assets, like I said. Okay, before her, I didn't even like, I wasn't a major fan of, like, Booba. But she pawn washed me into liking Booba. Because it's something that it's something she's proud of. Unironically, she's proud that she gets to, bosom mog. That she gets to booba mog, other women. But she's really nice about it. She is pretty nice about it. She'll like brag about it, but then if they actually look upset, she's like, "No, don't worry about it. Actually, they're like really heavy and my back hurts." It's so funny because it's something she's proud of until it hurts like other people. Then she's like really sweet and will downplay herself. And I don't mind that downplay. It actually makes me mad when she downplays herself in ways that is actually like self-deprecating. You know? Because the thing I worry about most when it comes to her is she self-deprecates, but she doesn't do it to get like a haha funny laugh. She does it because she actually thinks it. And that's not good. That's why I get like a little upsetty spaghetti at that. Because she shouldn't downplay herself. And she compares herself to others, or like she thinks she's undeserved. Okay, the reason I'm talking about this is I had a personal experience with this, right? Because there's a certain stream I think was edited or something, where she kind of expressed her true feelings on this kind of thing. She finds herself very undeserving of like the her community and like the amount of fans she has, and that's and it's not fair to her because she's always the major thing that's stopping her is she's always downplaying her own skill, but also comparing herself to others. What you never do is you never compare yourself to others, because then unless you're directly competing with somebody, then don't. Because it's fun if it's all like in good sportsmanship, but not the way she does it. She just finds herself very undeserving, and that's not fair. And that's why she's so sad. Well, she gave like the whole backstory of why she's a sad girl. I think she at some okay. This is. I mean, it's a like I went to sad topic to sad topic. Where's the brevity? I'm supposed to be gush. Oh no, I am gushing because I will talk about this. No, I won't talk about this actually. Oh no, I can gush about it a little. So she. I didn't notice this at first. I'm actually dense, guys. First of all, I'm dense. One time, I was like, "Oh, Irie, your lip smacking is very cute, but why do you do those cute lip smacks?" And she goes something like, "Oh, my father, uh, keyword, my father used to do it, right?" So she said it's like kind of like an inherited trait where she does the lip smacks because her father used to do that. And the keyword is used to. And me, I didn't think too much of it. I'm like, maybe he like stopped at some point, blah blah blah. Like, I'm a complete moron. Hold on, I'm a complete moron. I don't know what the heck's going on. What do you mean? What do you mean used to? So, her sad girl story is, you know, I think she's mentioned this on stream. As long as she's mentioned it on stream, I will mention it. She got, yeah. So, I think the sad girl story that she was talking about was, I won't mention one thing. I will leave that part out because I think it was said on a stream that was deleted or something. She doesn't retell the story, so I won't retell that part because that's too sad. But what she did was, I think she was scammed. Like, she said she was scammed out of a living space with a friend. Yeah, and like they took them, like they're like, oh, we could pay for this place, and they took her like money and then ran. And at the same time, around the same exact time, her father passed away, and she was really distraught over that because like two bad things happened at once. So we're always talking about Irie having like poor luck, and it really does reflect that in a weird way. Which, dude, that's why I like another thing that I like about her is that she's very persistent and stubborn. I know I mentioned the stubbornness sometimes being like a bad thing and a flaw, but sometimes a good thing just because she's so stubborn and persistent. Yeah, when it rains it pours. But like I said, I like her persistency to always continue on no matter how bad it gets. It's very endearing to me, and oh, sorry, I'm also getting a little misty-eyed because it's not like she's somebody who like has weird, like, you know, there's a lot of people that have like issues with their parents and all that, and she sounds like she really like loves her parents and still like make sure they're all like, well, not there, make sure her mom's at least okay. You know, she's tight with her family. She lives with them and all that, and she pretty much like treats her. Yeah, hold on. I'll also check this because I actually have to like. Yeah. It is the stubbornness that gets them through. I really love my Oshi, and it's because I love like I love her. I don't know, just her in general. I still didn't talk. I was still talking about the singing, right? When it comes to it. Also, I'm gonna check one thing. He's been talking about his Oshi for Bro, I beat my expectation. I thought I'd be only talking about Irie for like like an hour or something. It's wild. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's okay though. Like, I always stuck by. Do you know what I always want to do? Since the first Discord meet and greet, I listened to this poor woman cry, and I, I said stuff like this. This is gonna be cringe. This is gonna be cringe. I was telling her while she was crying, I'm like, it's okay. It's alright. You can cry. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I just repeat that. I just repeat comforting phrases. You know? I mean, she's a lot more happy and, like, yeah, there's a lot of things. It does get a little depressing, but you know what? You can't let those, like, little depressing things get to you. Especially if it's, like, another person. I'm okay with hearing her vent to the, like, vent as much as she wants. She could vent about her black company job as much as she wants. And I will listen. No matter how depressing her, like, stories get, I will be there to listen and support her. So I'm good, and I won't like burn out off of that. But those times I don't actually burn out, but I do tell her when I take breaks. It's kind of cringe. It's very cringe to like announce that because I don't want to talk about the entire thing. I guess I mentioned something. There are people talking to me, like talking about me. Because she replied to one of my break things. I think I mentioned that a little earlier. Yeah, it was near the JP debut. I said I would take a break. And it's not because of her. It's never her, like, depressing stories that get to me. It's the fact that I'm too invested, right? That's the thing. I'm too invested. Then I'm like, I have my own. Sometimes I have to take care of myself once in a while. And if I'm too invested worrying about her, I'm not like I don't have to worry about her. Sorry, I mean if I'm not invested because I invest in her and like, what am I saying, bro? I'm so stupid. Oh, yeah, but. No, I will always show support, and I actually delayed that break because something happened. Something I can't talk about happened, and I delayed that break for a week. Yeah, I delayed a break for Irie for a week. I was going to do that because I wasn't feeling good, for myself, and I needed time to myself. That's kind of weird to say. That's actually awful to say. I just mean like, you know, your Oshi can't always be there for you. You know? Like, Irie can't personally DM me and be like, oh, how's your day going and all that, right? Because she's a corpo VTuber, and that's, yeah, but she's just, like, DMing me. You know? So, I know that, like, she's my Oshi, and I don't want to... Oh! Yeah, okay, I know exactly what it is. I don't want to bring a bad attitude to her streams. She's got enough to deal with, right? So she doesn't have to deal with me also having a bad attitude. Like, if I have a bad attitude and I come to her streams with negative energy, I don't like that. I shouldn't go to her streams with negative energy. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do if there are important times, and do you know what? I feel way better. Sometimes I regret taking those breaks, because every time I take those breaks, right, I hate myself for it. I do. I regret it entirely. Every time. Every time I end up... That's why I go on break light. Do you know what I did? What I did during my Irie break? I just went through her streams, and I clipped the parts I liked, and I just uploaded them. And I felt that was a way better use of time. It's not the exact same, but I realized that those breaks are actually bad for me. I always come back worse. So I don't like those breaks, but I don't want to burden her. This is the one person I never want to burden. I feel like I do sometimes. I feel like I do with my gotchiness. But she's never held it against me. Except not for gotchiness, but for drinking. I was drinking and super chatting with like a friend and kept super chat fighting, and then like she's like, you guys were a little bit cringe that time. You guys overdid it. He got banned, I didn't get banned. Yeah, she had I think the mods banned him but not me. And so I was like, okay. Then I apologized because I felt bad. I was drinking and I got pretty drunk and I was super chatting to her, and I'm like, it was inappropriate of me. Yeah. Like, she didn't want to straight up tell me. I know kind of when she like means something, like when she wants to tell me that I'm being too cringe, as opposed to me being overreactive to being cringe. Sometimes I worry that the gotchiness, other people affect my gotchiness more than Irie does. God's drunk is super chatted. Yeah, I drink and then super chat a lot. She usually likes it though, but that one time it went too far because I was derailing the stream and was like just fighting with this one guy who was also my friend. In the super chats, that was too off topic. Happened to me as well, I think. Oh, poor guy. I felt guilty about that kind of thing. Like I said, I don't like to trouble her. But yeah, I did in fact delay a break just because of something bad that happened to her. So I ended up, it was very cute in a way. Because I was gonna like not talk to her at all. You know, I kept the Twitter notifications off and all that. I noticed that she replied to one of my YouTube comments, and I just found out about the thing. And after like 8 hours or something, I replied finally. I finally replied, and it was interesting because she gave me the double heart, as in she hearted my reply and replied back, and it's silly. It meant a lot though. It meant a lot at the time. And then I actually went on that break, and then she replied to that a day later, and I got mad. I got mad not because of her replying. It was other people. It was what other people were saying about her. And, well, they were lying about me too. But, what they were saying about her was really disgusting, and I hated it. But I was, while I was, you know, I can't really control what they say, but I was a little upset at her. And the reasoning wasn't because she bothered to reply, or she replied a day later. I didn't care about that. Her comment was very nice. It probably didn't mean a lot, but I don't like that she put herself in harm's way. I don't like that she put herself in harm's way, because some people are thinking I was leaving, which I wasn't. I was not going to abandon Irie. They thought I was like quitting and like oh, she's upset because a whale is leaving her. Like, her biggest whale is leaving her. So now she's, like, upset about that. That wasn't the case at all. I mean, she can't control that, but I mean, she didn't have to reply to that. So I was just a little upset that she put herself in harm's way for me. And, that's what really irked me. It's not her fault. She did nothing wrong, technically. It's just that I felt that way. Like, a little bit of self-hatred mixed with, like, self-hatred mixed with, wanting to keep somebody important to you out of harm's way. And I don't really have a right to be mad at her, but, you know, there's emotions that I can't control, and those ones are like, I don't want her to be, I don't want people talking about her like that. Yeah. So I was upset at her just for that, but I found it very, it's upsetting, but I found it very endearing too. Like, I was happy, but I didn't like the, what people were saying about her. And that's what really upset me. But also, I was very appreciative that she bothered to reply to that. Don't worry, I personally went there. I announced, stop. I'm not leaving her. I love this woman. I'm not gonna abandon her randomly. And then eventually some people are just called out that person. They're like, yeah, he's not leaving her. He literally came in saying he loved her. So, like, what are you even talking about? I like to clear the record. Sometimes people impersonate me, and I don't like that either. Or like they think somebody else is me, and I don't like that either. Because it's usually complaining about Irie. I would never complain about Irie, even if I was like anonymous while doing it. I would never complain about her. Like right now, is this even complaining? Do you guys think this is complaining? I don't think it's complaining. I'm more telling like my honest thoughts. I don't complain anonymously. The only complaints I do are based on her content. Like I said, the mute bit. I've written like a critique on the mute bit before, and I voiced that. And usually, if I have a frustration, I don't voice it like behind her back. I usually put it in replies. I put it in replies because I want to be. If she wants to be an open book to me, I'll be like, not to me, but like to her fan base in general, right? She's a very open book. If you ask her about something, sometimes she answers, sometimes she doesn't. Just depends. If it's not too personal, she'll talk about it. Sometimes if it's kind of personal, like if it's roommate stuff, right? She will talk about it if it's innocent, in a way, right? What kind of plushie she bought or something, right? So, I like to talk about that kind of thing when like I get frustrated, but like it's for critiques, and I usually apologize for that kind of critique. Like I don't mean to be harsh at all. I want to see her improve. I want to see her improve the creativity, and a lot of frustration I have when it comes to that is when she lets other people's negative like opinions affect her. I don't like that. She's very hyper focused on the negative. I'm revealing, I'm talking about flaws, but she is hyper focused on negative comments. Like, Sakana told her once that stop playing games like Mega Man, and she did. She stopped playing games like Mega Man, and that was really upsetting. Like, we love when you play Mega Man, though. We enjoy that a lot when you do your Mega Man Sundays. They were so good. I'm like, I want to see you play more jump and shoot, man. You go through the game so well. And she's not, I don't even think she's good at platforming games. I think she just, like, wins by pure stubbornness. And that's so cool. Like, anybody else would just give up. A lot of people just give up, like, if they reach a, like, if they hit a wall. Yeah, that's why she stopped, is because Sakuna told her that it was lame. And she took that to heart. And I'm like, exactly. They're good. They're good streams. I enjoyed them. But she said that it was lame, so she wants to go back to it, but she can't do her, like, she does these days. There was a chill schedule thing around, like, November. Yeah, November. She was she was really upset with work, really pressured by work. For the entirety of November, she had a dot as her name on the Discord. So anytime it's a dot is typing, it would be, yeah, grill the fish. Fishman hate. But what I was saying, fudge, stupid mind. Why don't you just talk normally? But what she was saying was, she was the dot, right? So anytime she would talk in chat. By the way, she was super chatty. She's always like, this is another thing that maybe upset me. Like, maybe this is a conspiracy theory, okay, chat? I don't know if she got, like, too busy or there were people pointing out things. If you noticed, if you check Irie's total Discord messages, you'll notice that it's, like, higher than any other talents. Even, like, the Origins members who've been around forever, like, since the start. She, like, within, like, a year, or, like, even a few months, like, even, like, half a year, right? She's up to, like, 36k, like, post in the Discord alone. She would always be, like, chatting with the Discords and stuff, and I worry that, like, people pointed this out, and she was told to, like, rein it in, or something. That's a secret between me and you guys. It's not really a secret, but I believe that she was reined in a lot. Because she used to be very chatty. There wouldn't be, like, a single day where, like, you'd be on the Discord and Irie didn't pop in for some weird reason. Yeah. I know it's before your time, drunkard, but, yeah, she used to pop in, like, every day. You'd just be, like, talking randomly, and then Irie would show up and talk randomly. It was so cute. I liked how chatty she was. She did the watch-alongs and stuff. Yeah, it was a... Okay, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. She was, yeah. She used to do the... Yeah, that's... Okay, so she used to do watch-alongs, and it used to be, like, bi-weekly. Or every, like, weekend. She would do, like, a stream, and then there'd be, like, a watch-along or something. And the thing was, she was limited. She was told specifically, you could only do one a month. She's like, they told her one a month. That's it. And I'm gonna talk about the community. The community at the time did not push back at all. What we should have done, yeah. What we should have done is we should have stuck by her. I was like, what the heck, once a month? Well, that's awful. It's awful. It's not like she's doing it because she's busy. It's not doing it because she's getting, like, wary of it. It's just, she was told to. I don't know the exact reasoning, but she was told to not do watch-alongs. Tenma also got that. Tenma also had the, once a month refrain, but Tenma and her community pushed back, like, really hard against that. But yeah, we didn't push back hard enough. Maybe we didn't have enough people in Fate, like, in Irie's Face Army. Face Army, I don't know. Irie heads, gamblers, She has so many fan names. Gachikois. What is it called? Chisa Cadets. High Rollers. A Wu Gang. But yeah, we didn't have. I guess we didn't have like the big support backing. So there wasn't much push up, and Irie, of course, listens to advice more than because I as stubborn and persistent as she is kind of a doormat in a way. I'm going to be her top wizard. Base. It's going to cast spells. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Yeah, exactly. She has like all these, but that's because she listens to those restrictions. Because, like I said, she's kind of a like even in her own like work thing, right? If she gets overtime, she doesn't say, "Oh, it's important that I leave now." She says something like, "Oh, I guess I'm going to do overtime." Because I've done overtime a lot. They used to call me. I used to do like 12-hour like work shifts. But what I would say is, "Oh, can you work Monday?" No. Like there was an overnight thing. They're like, "Can you do overnight on Monday?" No. Do you know why? Because Irie has viewer nights on Monday. So I'm like, Mondays are my favorite days because of viewer Mondays. Viewer Mondays were what she used to do is it used to be a game night. There was kind of a rotation. We'd either play like Gun Evo or Mahjong or even Gartic Phone. She used to play Gartic Phone, but she called it Garlic Phone, of course. But we used to have those very fun viewer game nights. And then if it wasn't a viewer game night and she wanted a more chill night, rather than being like super competitive with her own community, she would do chill nights. And chill nights are just like they're kind of similar to the yapping things, except it's very freeform. She didn't come in with a topic. She was just talking about whatever was going on. And I really miss like it was very comfy. She would get comfortable herself and she would just vent or she would just like talk with us. It was very nice. Getting sad about these kind of things. It's stuff I miss. Stuff I missed a ton. But like I said, if she's getting, if she's being told to not do them, and how she is, she's kind of forced to, well, not really forced, but like, yeah, kind of forced because, like Jake Biscuits is saying right there, right? She just can't really disobey that, especially if it's from like the employers or like management or whatever. Then she can't do that. And I feel really bad. Like I feel like there's a time when like well, right now she's like having injuries and all that, but what made Chill Nights was special, or like even back then when she got busy and then she would have a stream, she would come into the stream very low energy, like she was like super low energy, like worn out and all that. But as the stream continued, she'd get she'd get yappier and yappier, and she'd feel more comfortable. And it was it led to this kind of meme where like they would put her plushie thing and they're like, oh, if she doesn't stream, she'll explode. She'll explode if she doesn't stream, guys. And that was a thing, because her attitude would completely change like midstream, where she would get like more relaxed and more comfy, and then like more high energy. I'm like, I used to say this thing where I'm like, oh, you're gaining Genki off of us. You're taking our Genki. I enjoyed it. I'm like, I really enjoy when you get more energetic as the stream goes on. And I always used to think that kind of inspired my own streaming. I sometimes, like, even in this stream, I came into it and I was like, can I really gush Mount Irie for like, I don't know, like 30 minutes? I'm feeling kind of sick and all that. But as I keep going and as I keep gushing, and you know, you guys are here too, I like to. It's always that when I get to talk to you guys. I was going to Zatsu's like, there's not going to be enough people. Um, my chat's not going to be as active. But even if I'm just talking to myself, I find, and I do see chat, I get like even more energy because I'm like, "Ah, there's people watching and they like to talk to me and I'll talk to them. And I find that kind of energy rubs off on me. Like her. Like I come in totally dead. Some days I am dead, and that's just because I'm sick and I overzinned and I'm like going to throw up, and I end the stream by saying I threw up. But if I'm not suffering from like any physical ailment, right? I come in like wary and all that, and as I keep going, I realize I get into the motion of it, and I enjoy it. Yeah. Shake my head. He doubted. Yeah, I did doubt. But then again, you guys see me in text gushing Mount Irie for like 3 hours on end, and spend way too much time of my time gushing. And I hope this stream is explaining why I kind of gush like that. Because I'm talking about time, like I'm talking about how much I like her and how like what I like about her. I talk about her flaws. I talk about like some personal things, but personal things that she mentioned. I would never talk about personal things she didn't mention, because that'd be rude and Rule 6, and that's bad. And oh well, the main thing is I don't talk about anything that she deleted off of streams. That's also another thing I don't talk about. Like, I won't talk about why I do the birthday tradition off of, like, every year I have to stream on Irie's birthday. They're usually, like, my longest streams. I usually do these kind of things in endurance, because I feel like I owe it to her in a weird way. But I enjoy doing that. But yeah, if new Irie heads are watching, like, I know drunker it is. Not kind of new, like you're new. No, you're not new-ish. He's kind of a mainstay regular by now. But it used to be different. It used to be different in like that first year. And second year, oh yeah, I'll go back to the chill schedule. So she called herself Dot for a while. It'd just be period. And after that, she's like, okay, I want to move to a more chill schedule. I'll stop doing, like, more game streams. Because what she used to do is she used to stream pretty much every day. Pretty much every day and twice on Sunday. Hi, I'm new. Welcome to my chat. Oh my gosh. A new guy. But yeah, she used to stream a lot. And there would always be like the Monday nights she would always try to get for that specific reason. And then there'd be the watch-alongs, and we still didn't finish did we finish Slayers? I don't think we finished Slayers. Or they're doing oh man, those are fun, because Slayers would have the after parties with like the mod would go to sleep, and then Mago would continue to stream like the Idol concerts, and she'd be around for those too, and we'd just jam out to the Idol concerts. So fun. So, but I understand. That's the thing. I gotta understand that she has things in her personal life that she has to deal with, especially when she had that like Manhara moment, or kind of recently. This year at least. And she couldn't do anything, and right now she's in pain. She's in constant pain, chat. So I understand now. And I have to understand that, like, she also takes care of her family and all that, so that's another obligation. And it's very hard for her ever to be like Year 1 Irie. Year 1 Irie, though, is what I know she could, like, achieve if she's unrestricted and her full potential is there. Then that's what I like know that she can do at her max. To be fair, I also am kind of lame. Have you seen my like gaps between schedules? They kind of, well, there's no schedules, but gaps between streams. I always try, maybe this is a stupid little hope. Yeah. What's her current? She had a treatment done to her neck recently. It's probably like due to her spine or whatever, but she's in constant pain. Most of the time, she's like stays in bed and plays gacha games. Cause if you're friends with her on gacha games, like I'm friends with her in Nikkei, I think I showed that on stream. She does log in frequently enough. She logs into like Uma, you know, anybody could add her on Uma Musume, and she shows up on Uma, no problem. But currently she's in pain, and she even said in her recent her upcoming stream, the one that I pinned for her birthday stream, she said it's going to be a short stream because she's like, even if I die, I'm going to do this birthday stream. I'm like, don't die, don't do that. And I will blame, this is where I'll blame her community a bit. Those back problems, man. Well, no, it's because of she got hit by a truck or something. I think that's the second time she got hit by a truck. There was a first time, and then like her legs weren't working, and her mom had to drive her everywhere, even to like work. She claims she never broke a bone in her body, so I'm assuming it's more like muscle issues. But yeah, it's not cause of the booba. It's not cause of the booba. It's cause of physical trauma. But yeah, the main thing I got into Irie from was her singing, right? And I already briefly mentioned over it. I like her covers. I like the Nico Nico Doga Autism. It's very Kino. I've only seen one other VTuber do the whole like Nico Nico Doga like autism when it comes to it. And it was another idol-based VTuber. That was an idol-based VTuber. And then it's very cool because I'm like, yeah, I could call you my favorite idol because you do what idol stuff do. Yeah, it might be related to that, but she had treatment for it, and I think they fudged. Okay, listen, I don't like to water bro. The reason I don't like to water bro Irie is because it's like there's already a community full of water bros, so I don't want to water bro it. By the way, does anybody use the term water bro for? I kind of made fun of, I did make fun of Irie at one point for that, actually. Because I was just enjoying Aaliyah's stream, and she was getting drunk, and a lot of people were telling her not to get drunk, and I learned why all the talents were showing up, and, like, years later. Well, I learned why talents were showing up later, and I'm like, oh, it was actually a water bro. It was actually a water bro wreaking havoc. But a lot of the chat were water broing. Which means that they were like, oh, don't get drunk, drink water. You gotta drink more water. It happens. But water broing is what I associate with like over concerning. Or Pippa would put it as like concern trolling. not really with the control, but like when people are overbearing with the concern. Like that happens with Irie a lot. Like she's like, oh, I'm not feeling too well for a stream, or like I'm kind of tired for a stream. People are just like, go to sleep. Don't bother streaming. Just go to sleep and don't worry about it. I always say, unless it's like majorly urgent, I'm like, if you feel like streaming, just stream. You'll probably feel a lot better streaming than not. And then you'll feel, because I know deep down, she feels guilty. Do you know how I know? You're one Irie. Anytime she missed a stream, she would always try to make it up to us. She's like, I'm going to stream twice on this day, or I'm going to, one time she couldn't stream, and she legit put out a, at work. Listen, it wasn't even, yeah, it's very obnoxious. My friends even have a joke about it. They're like, your Oshi's community, they're like, I'm not going to use any terms that they use, but they're like, they really like to, they really like it when your Oshi doesn't stream. I'm like, what? It's not as bad as it used to be. I think there are still people like that, but no, none in current. Like, I like the current gambler lineup. It's fine. So a lot of the, so what I was saying, man. Now I'm starting to get dizzy because I'm getting tired. But it's okay. I'll still gush. And I'll still talk about, like, I guess, stuff related to Irie, of course. But I just don't appreciate that, because it really tells her to just don't worry about it. Maybe we don't want to see, like, it's like maybe we don't want to see you stream, and that's kind of upsetting just to think about. Because I do want to see her more stream, and I want to see if, like, it does improve her to talk more and to engage with us more. At least give her, like, some peace of mind, and know that she has, like, a supporting fan base that actually will support her and stand by her. And I want to be that person that supports and stands by her. Like, she jokes, she's like, when I have they're giving me yeah, concerned friend stream now. Yeah. They don't understand. They just don't understand that you can't be like that. You can't treat the talents like they're children. They're not children. They're women. Now you could make the joke that, oh, like, women are just grown up children or whatever, but they're you can't treat them like that. If you treat them like that, then they might have a negative, like, listen, if they have issues with how they view themselves, if they have low self-esteem, it's kind of like saying, it doesn't matter if you stream or not. You know? Like, go ahead, don't stream. That's fine. And then they'll probably relent. Like I said earlier, I would probably relent because, you know, enough people told her to not stream. Although she has been rather good about it. Like, if she wanted to stream, she will stream anyways. But as I was saying, there was one time she was overworked, right? And do what she did? I mentioned, I'm like, no Irie stream today. I'm like, oh, where's Irie stream? She like replied to me on the Discord and was like, the Irie, you know, I feel fine, the Irie, I'm fine kind of thing. It's like the tear emote, right? And she's like, don't worry, I got something. I hope it makes up to you guys. And at work, she did a recording of her just saying goodnight to us in like a sweet little voice. Like, she was really exhausted, but she still did it. And I really appreciate that. Like, even if it, like, if she did have a stream and then she had to cancel and she's overworked about it and she did those. Those matter like a lot to some of us. And by some of us I mean even the I definitely would see the yeah. I definitely would see like Drunkard appreciating that and many of the other Ironheads just appreciating like her doing those small little things for us. She doesn't have to, but she could, and we'd appreciate it a ton. But yeah, she would feel guilty about not being able to stream. But she would feel guilty, and she'd have to do like she used to do like makeup streams if that was the case. I think she still kind of does that. Like if she does a planned stream, she's like, I want to do a makeup stream because, and it would be a Yap stream, of course. But some of the it would be like makeup stream would be a Yap stream after like a gameplay stream that she was scheduled for that day. I think she still does it. And she does try to sneak in those Yap streams, so I'm okay with those Yap streams coming out of nowhere. Because it's just her wanting to, you know, engage with her audience. And engage with talking to us. Because, I mean, like, she likes to talk to us once in a while. I'm just worried about the current popularity, maybe the height of chat and all that, like the chat frequency and all that. I wonder if that gives her any pressure, where the Yap streams aren't as effective as they used to be. That's just these are my personal concerns. Oh yeah. So no, actually she was feeling sick. Yeah, she was feeling sick, and she wanted to do a karaoke stream, and it was a makeup stream, and what she did was she ended up singing way longer than she had to, and I admit I did water bro. Yeah, she added a few more. Yeah, she's so cute. She tries her best to do makeups for us, and one of them was she was feeling sick after a con, and then like she ended up like doing a stream anyways. And what she did was she sang. I even warned her, like, just if it's too belty, just skip it. I water broed a bit, but I water broed correctly. But I'm like, I think I actually was more like pushing her. I'm like, you could do one more song, right? I mean, I wasn't that smart when it comes to water broing, but afterwards I'm like, yeah, I don't want the voice loss. But I told people, anytime she did a long karaoke for a small time after that, people would be like, oh, she's gonna lose her voice again. I'm like, this is like nothing for Irie. Irie, the reason she lost her voice was because she was ill and she was trying to still do those. And I was telling her to not, I'm like, if it's too belty, just skip the note or skip this part. That's all I do. I would let her continue to do the stream by say like, oh, if it gets too much, do it. But she attempted it anyways. Despite fair warning. And yeah, that's how she lost her voice for a bit. It became text-to-speech. To be fair, the text-to-speech arc, it wasn't fun when she wasn't streaming, but when she came back, she's like, she still had the urge to stream, but she couldn't talk. So what she did was, it was Radio Irie. It would just be like she drove Mannequin, her mod, insane because she kept going and going. Yeah, you remember that, but there was also a stream where she would just take a radio request and dance around to it. And she did this, and she drove her like head mod insane. The guy was like, okay, you can stop streaming now. Okay, you can stop streaming now. Actually, I think he was a huge influence on that because he would always like be like, oh, you're going on too long. You should stop streaming now. I'm like, Shut up. Let the woman stream. Jeez. You you don't you don't need to tell her to stop streaming. She stops streaming when she wants to stop streaming. I've only ever told her to stop streaming if she had a hard deadline. Like, she's like, remind me on this time to stop streaming. I'm like, okay. And that's when I would say, like, but even then, she goes over anyways. That doesn't matter. I'm not gonna have a tizzy about, like, her going overtime on that kind of thing. Although it is bad for her because then she gets less sleep. But I enjoy when she does do a little overtime. I love when she gives us more time. But yeah, there was no reason. A lot of the times, there's no reason for that, you know, that mod to step in and say that. Like, some nights she wasn't even, like, on a deadline and they would say stuff like that. I'm like, what the heck? Don't do that. What's wrong with you? Let the woman stream more. Anyways, I know Irie, yeah, so for a while I had to say, like, oh, Irie could do these long 50 list songs because I'm like, she's not sick, so she could do them no problem. She's not weak on the voice. She's like one of the strongest endurance streamers I know when it comes to karaoke. Who else does 4 hours karaoke? I did a karaoke recently. I tried to beat her record. It was like, I lost by a few minutes. And I was, people did water bro me, to be fair. They're like, you need water. I won't say water bro. They were right. I needed water at certain points. I wouldn't call them water bros. Because they didn't say end the stream. They didn't say anything like, oh, you need to drink water, you need to stop singing, you need to cut it short. No, they just said, you need water at this point. I'm like, okay, you're right. We're 3 hours in, I need water. But I lost by a few minutes. I am competitive. I like being competitive with her. It's very entertaining. It feels really cool to be competitive. Like, not cool, but like, I like to compete with her because, I don't know, it just feels very, I don't know what to say about this. It just feels right to, like, compete with her as, like, a fun thing in certain things. It makes me more, that's why I like, whenever I was in the Mahjong games with her, I used to play my best. I used to minimize the window, mute it, right? And just play. I'm like, I'm gonna beat you this time. It's even the tournament. I was like, there was a tournament room and I was like randomly in, and she was in with several of like the Mahjong players from like the Mahjong channel, and I'm like, this is probably the best game of Mahjong I've ever had. And I competed with Pippa, Tenma, and Irie once in the TTS Irie. Yeah, the trolling Pippa video, right? If you watch that full thing, or even like the edited thing, I had a game with them, and that's when like Tenmo left and said like, suck my big fat. So, I beat her in a tournament room, but only barely. Yeah, I got dominated. She wins sometimes though, like, she gets upper hands on me sometimes, but that's mainly like team carry and all that in some games. To make her spit. You're getting wild too, bro. But no, I like friendly competition with her. I want to praise her when she beats me. That's one thing. I want to praise her, but I also don't want to give her a free win. I want to say I beat her. I'm like, you beat me this time, but I'll get you back. The most recent thing was the Mecha Break thing, and I feel bad because I didn't get to play Aquila, which I would have dominated her with, to be honest. I was like a master for Aquila, but the only reason I played Aquila good was because I watched her stream and she did the Aquila tutorial, and Aquila, whatever his name is, That Beck. She did the tutorial, and I copied that, and I rose through the ranks really quickly. Because I was just so good at it. I'm like, I have to thank her for that. Because without her tutorial, like her playthrough of that tutorial, and her game night thing, I wouldn't have done that. My favorite part was me and her just camping the payload. Like our other team was pushing the payload and we were camping the enemy's payload. And no one came near. She got all cocky. She was all cocky. She was like, yeah, come down here, you cowards. I'll fight you. And I'm over there like providing turret support because I was playing Stego or whatever. We're just camping the spot together. It's so much fun to play with her. Man, I want more game nights with her. I wish there were more mecha bricks, so I can impress her with my Kayla skills. I'll show her full armored Gundam, and then if she fought against me, I'd have to show her like to fear my whenever I'm in the skies, it's over, you know. Man, the mecha break thing was kind of newish, but it wasn't gonna last long. I think the only time she kind of does game nights these days are like the sponsored streams. And I was on break once for one of them, and I only popped in for her. I think it was for her tourney, because she always wins the mahjong tourneys. I don't. As Tenma says, she's like, oh, she stores her mahjong luck in her like booba or something. I don't think that's fair, but it's a thing. But she always wins the mahjong tournaments, and she didn't start off. She's the reason I play mahjong. The only reason I went ham on mahjong is she gave me an outlet. I wouldn't have played Mahjong Soul without her. I only played like I only watched the Kagi and played like Pretty Girls Mahjong, and I had no clue how to play the game, to be honest. And so I like pulled up from that. I'm like, I don't know. I want to play Mahjong, but I don't have a good outlet. This game isn't really telling me how to play. I would need like all the rules and stuff, and it's like in Japanese, so I was really confused. But then Irie showed me Mahjong Soul and was like, we should do game nights with Mahjong Soul. And I was like, yeah. And I finally got an outlet. I became like super addicted, and then oh, sorry about that. Biscuits might be upset by this. I ended up grooming a bunch of like PPs into playing Mahjong. Well, it started with my friends. They're like, why would we play that stupid game? I'm like, my Oshi plays that game, and I want to get better, and I want like my friends to play because I really enjoy the game. And eventually, they did play the game, and they actually liked it. And they got like really upset. They got super upset over Mahjong, and then it became a thing where like we'd have Mahjong nights, and they would be like pissed if they were losing. And they even called like whenever I sumo, they're like, oh, he's doing the Tommy special again. It's like, why do I win? Why do I always win through sumo with you guys? Which is like a self-draw thing. But yeah, I'm glad. Actually, I should end soon, not because of the endurance thing, but I actually do have work tomorrow. Oh no, Tommy! Quick, you have a deadline. You have work. Just like Hyrie. But I could go on. I liked her slime thing. It was her little cousin that got her into slimes, and for the slime thing, I view it like you know how some women love scented candles. Irie is like, okay, the scented candle collection for Irie is the slimes. Work on Saturday, disgusting. Yeah. I work the weekends because we have longer hours on the weekends. I had a longer hour today. I was stressing out today. That's why it took so long to start stream today. It's because I saw the notification for the Iris math class thing, and I thought it was a stream that was going to happen, like a collab or something that was going to happen like really soon. So I rushed home despite like the multiple problems, right? There were so many problems at the end of work. I was stressing, and this one woman like was rushing me super hard, and so I was like going through that. I'm only thinking of Irie at this point. Only thinking about my Oshi stream at this point. I'm like, I have to be there. She said she can only do stream like a little bit. She can only stream a little bit because of like her neck injuries and all that. So I'm like, I have to be there. I have to be there before it ends, right? And that's what made me like super sick at work. And I rushed home, and then I saw it was like for a cover. I saw it was for a cover. That was today, like tomorrow. I'm just like, man, I got worked up for nothing. But that's fine. I'll have to rush it. I'll save the stress puking for like tomorrow when she's actually streaming for her birthday, because I want to be there. And I know I work when she starts. So I hope that like it's not a 20-minute stream, because it takes me like at least 20 minutes to get home. Only Irie. Yeah, only Irie in my head. My pawn-brained head. But yeah, that's why I rushed home, because I want to see that. So I'm gonna probably bring like headphones so I can listen to her. And I'll probably apologize for being late. She used to... Okay, there's something she used to do. I remember, because I did a Pippa game night back before she was my Oshi. And... Well, before Irie was my Oshi. It was a Pippa game night. I think it was WoW or something. I played WoW or like Terra with Pippa. You're late. Those kind of words always bother me, and just because I remember a certain fan. But nobody's that schizo. Trust. Except me. I'm that schizo. Nah, I'll never be like him. Oh, I also have to make an apology to the Biblists for pushing that guy back. That was my bad. Well, one of my bad. It was like a group effort. The one guy still feels really guilty about it because he was the main pusher. Oh, JK might know. I'm referencing like some other stuff related to my old fandom. Well, I still pop in with the BBs and I still hang out with them. Even like on ANYC, it was mostly like a PP, like 13 table layouts. Although we did have a bunch of Irie stands and stuff, but we put it on the. We went to a Korean place and there was an Irie stand on the table, and I took a picture of it. It was nice. But yeah, I don't want to mention that person. I don't want them mentioned. He was super messed up. And back to what I was saying. What was I saying, chat? Oh yeah, I was talking about her streams, and I was talking about... Oh, yeah. So, Irie used to have this thing. And what happened was... I still have the clip from it. Like, I came into chat after doing, like, an MMO, right? I did an MMO with Pippa, and then I came into chat as she was ending Dark Souls. She was ending a Dark Souls stream. I go, oh man, I'm late. Hello everybody. Hello Irie in chat. Man, hello Irie in chat. Man, I'm late. And she repeats that. And she tells me this. She's like, you came while it was ending. You came while the stream was ending. I just thought that was so cute. I'm like, oh, she called me out for being late to her stream. And she knows that I'm like, I don't know if she knew, but like, a lot of people would point out to her, right? A lot of people would point out to Irie. They're like, yeah, Did you ever notice that like he talks in two chats at once? Because somebody else mentioned that. They're like, yeah, he talks in Pippa chat, and then he talks in your chat at the same time. So if if she didn't know, it was like I was focused on an MMO. Because what I'd do is, for Irie game night, I would not watch Pippa's stream. If Irie had a game night, I wouldn't watch Pippa's stream. If Pippa had a game night, I wouldn't watch Irie's stream. And that's crazy because, like I said, Pippa was my Oshi at the time, and I would give her the same, I would give Irie the same exact treatment. Where, oh, you have a game night? Don't worry, I won't watch my Oshi. I'll watch you instead. So I'm like, I'll exclusively watch you if you have a game night, or if it's a chill night. I will watch your stream, not her stream. And eventually, I had a breaking point. I'm just like, you know what? You're my Oshi now. And then I started repping her colors on the Discord, and she was talking with Kapipis, because she was talking to certain Kapipis, and she's like, you know, I didn't expect a certain pink name to change his color. She's like, they were guessing who it was, and someone guessed me, and she did like the NASA point. She's like, and he said this specifically. He's like this. He's like, he liked you from the start. He said he gushes you about you in the Capiplas chat back when the Capiplas channel was being used. But they didn't say that. And she's like, she just goes, she replies, Irie derp. Like, what? I didn't know. But yeah, I used to gush and I used to say like, oh, I love Irie's game nights. You guys should really check out her game nights, and you should check out Irie. I like Irie, and I think she's cool. So people would tease me for that kind of thing. And then eventually, when I did rep the brown name, and I'm like, Irie's my Oshi now. Everybody's like, you're a Kapipi race trader. I'm like, what? Huh? I'm like, okay. I'll live with that. Eventually, like, people nowadays just know me as a gambler. Even Capipulus. Yeah, technically, I wasn't pre-debut in her channel. That's because I didn't know her too well, and I didn't know that she was the one singing. Because, like I said, everybody who popped in for the Discord, like, Gen 2 pre-debut was secret. As in, like, they popped in on, like, alt accounts, and they just sang. I didn't know it was her. Because her singing voice is way, her singing voice, it didn't, like, register in me, and I didn't watch her shorts as much. Which sucks. If I watched her shorts, I would have known sooner. But it's when she started singing that 120-minute song on her debut. I'm like, oh, that's her! So I went to her channel. I was really... I mainly stuck to the Capiplas channel. But I would pop into her channel and I'd be like, hey Irie, I really enjoyed the game night. And she'd usually just like say something. It became really, like, the reason I started using the Gambler channel a lot and I hang out in there is because I was going to say something to her. Well, I was going to say something in the channel. Because I believe it was a game night the day before. I was going to do the typical thing. And I unfortunately, I was writing a script for the podcast. I had a podcast at the time with some other Capipulus, and I was writing that, and I accidentally I was typing on my keyboard and I stopped. And do what this woman does? She goes, she does this. She goes, guys, stop being weird. You're scaring away Tommy. I'm like, huh? No, I was just writing a script. I'm like, I hang out with Capipulus, it's not as bad. And then I just started chatting. I noticed that she, like, I just started hanging around the channel more, chatting with her more after that. It was odd. But she like called me out. That's what started this mess, chat. When a VTuber calls you out because you accidentally typed something. I think that's a good like wrap up for this stream. Is talking about that one interaction that really changed everything. Besides her singing, of course. Which what's that? But the real this is what started the interaction, and I talk about Palm Wolf interaction a lot. I think that's a good wrap up because that's what started this all. I could go on longer. I actually can. Because I was going to go on about the slimes and how much of an expert she is in slimes. And I didn't even know there's skill levels of slimes, but you know, she says there is. And she has like all these tools to like revitalize them and all that. And she's like, if you ever buy bad slimes, I'll hate you forever. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't. She's like, you bought cheap slimes. It's over. Anyways, I'll wrap it up. Otsu, Irie's birthday. I love Irie. I love her. Wish her a happy birthday. She has a birthday tweet. Although I'm sure everybody here has wished her a happy birthday already. But it is not her birthday anymore. But she still has a birthday stream. Please check it out in the description. Anyways, Otsu, Irie, Otsu. I'm not gonna say Irie, so I'm still thinking that Irie is thing. Anyways, good night, chat. Otsu, trust as well.